Should we go live? There we go. Let's start with the poll. Who wins? We got DC. We got Birmingham. And there we go. Okay. Oh, apologies. There we go. The Cowboys trading. Oh my god. Sup, Def Bread? Good old trade. Man, seeing all these talks about these trades in the second round, like, I'm sorry, man. I just, like, I don't care, like, to that extent. Especially in this draft? Oh, God. I really don't care that much. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even watch yesterday's draft at all. Like, part of it was because the Hurricanes were on, but, like, I vaguely kept up with the draft yesterday. Like, from everything I saw, it really was a weaker draft. Like, it wasn't, like, you know, there's no talent, just that this was like a 2013-2022 draft. Sub 314. I think the name is very basic. I mean, like, you really couldn't have picked a more basic one. You have bowl games. You have the Super Bowl, so you call it the United Bowl. You know, is it better than the UFL Championship? Sure. But it's like literally one step. Like, if you have, like, a 50, step set of stairs, it's like you went from the 40, or it's like you went from the 20 step to the 21st step. Like, it's better. It's not like it's great. I know people are joking saying that they think it's going to get sponsored next year, so get ready for the DraftKings Bowl next year, but we'll see. At least that's just how I kind of view it. I thought it was a it is what it is kind of thing. 7 new posts. The 5th rounder for D winners. Oh my goodness. I'll put that there, right there for the matchup of the game starting at 8. Again, we do have the draft going on right now. We got this game going on. The championship game was announced at DC. For those of you that aren't understanding what the United Bowl is, they changed the name of the championship game to the United Bowl, and it's going to be in DC. So, we'll see. Not like it's a shock that it's in Audi Field. I think it's one of those where, you're rewarding the fact that they really should have gotten it last year, but there was the issues with, like, that one soccer tournament that was going on that kind of screwed it over and things like that. Rewarding their attendance last year. So I think it's definitely the right call, even though, yes, the attendance last week wasn't as good as we would have hoped. I think it is the right call to go to DC for that one. I think the championship game should be a rotational one. I will say, I think at the moment, the favorite for next year should probably be Louisville, honestly. I could see an argument for even Birmingham or Columbus, but I'd say right now it probably should be Louisville for next year as the favorite early on. Again, we're way in advance. That's over a year away. But I'm glad they announced it. Typical UFL fan, gotta complain about it, but it is true. The fact we had to wait till week 5, like, bro, Mike Rapoli, you're supposed to change some things. This ain't changing. Week 5 for the championship game location? Come on, man. That should have been announced before the season started. Like, look, I'm not expecting NFL levels of, like, 4 years in advance. But, like, damn, bro. We should know the championship game at least by week 1. Hopefully that's different next year. Hopefully. We'll see. But at least it's announced. Tickets go on sale to the general public May 1st. I would assume that season ticket holders probably get first dibs. Probably around the second to last day of April. But we'll see. Sub Kick Surfer. DTR making his debut. We'll see how he goes. Definitely going to be intriguing. The NFL draft, yeah. Yeah, it's typical, but this is one I do think that I think we can all agree on is deserved at least. Because, I mean, like, man, at some point, we got to get a championship game location announced before, like, week 5. You know what I mean? Mid-season, we're getting it. It is what it is. At least it's in Audi Field. That's a big W. It's in a new place. We have literally never had the championship game in DC, right? Between all 3 leagues, you had San Antonio for the XFL, Canton twice for the USFL, and St. Louis twice. So it's cool that we're getting a new location to it. Big W. Like I said, when it comes to the NFL draft, there's a lot of dedication, Kickstarter. For this draft, I don't know. I think it's an okay draft. It's okay. That you had some big players, but wasn't like previous drafts. I know, like, I saw somebody on one of these talk shows talk about the quarterbacks. I don't agree with that. Like, there have been drafts where, like, you looked at it and you were like, man, there's like 8 good receivers, and this one, didn't really have that. Like, I think of people that were on, like, you know, like ESPN or Fox trying to act like this draft wasn't considered a great one purely because of quarterbacks. Not really. That's, like, not really true. Even if you eliminate quarterbacks, like, rest of the, you know, positions for positions, it was a weaker draft. Like, I mean, forget what happened in the rookie season. Like, there was nobody that was an Abdul Carter level prospect from the edge position on this draft. Like, yes, he had, like, Avril Reese, Jacob Bailey, but, like, or David Bailey, but, like, you know what I mean. We'll see. Subcarn rookie, they have it. Have to have in DC this year. Hopefully we get some extra pub from 250. That would be pretty cool. That is a good point. You know, you're just a couple weeks early from the UFC White House card, for whatever that's worth. Having the United Bowl game on Saturday and 3 p.m. is a good idea. Plus fans don't have to call off work on Monday. I do like the idea of having the title game on Saturday. I do hope that's not going against any sort of big event. Hopefully they scheduled around it pretty well. I think last year they didn't schedule it fully well, but overall it's nice. I'm glad we at least have it now and not like we're having to wait till at least like week 8 or something really crazy. So, you know, better late than never, but yeah. Sup WV, you're in format. But the chat at my work desk is working for this. Greetings from all NFL draft country. Yeah, good old Pittsburgh with the NFL draft. Ty Simpson. Whoa. I honestly don't know what to think of the Ty Simpson draft pick. I know we'll probably talk about it in 2nd and 6 this week. It's one of those where, like, the context of how the Rams have that pick, it's not a bad one. You got to remember, this is a Rams pick that they literally, not figuratively, they literally got this pick for free. They traded away a guy that's probably going to be in jail next year. So you really gave up nothing and you got a first-round pick. So even though, yes, this is a super reach, Ty Simpson is not a first-round quarterback. He is, at best, like a pick 35 quarterback. The fact you picked him at 13, holy reach. But it was a free draft pick. I honestly don't hate it. I don't hate it. It is a reach. I think people saying it isn't, like Dan Orlovsky, are coping hard. But despite it being a unfathomable reach, I actually think it was a good pick for the Rams. You get a guy that you can have an insurance policy, right? You might be losing Jimmy G to retirement. That was meant to be your main backup with Stetson Bennett as your QB3. Now you get a replacement for him and a guy that can work for your future, even though he's not as talented as a guy like Matt Stafford, even though he wasn't, just in general, didn't show a ton in college. He's somebody that can become a legitimate starter on a team that is going to have a lot of talent. If things work out right, he doesn't start till year 3 of his career, and at that point, he's probably not going to get a Fetcher Super Premium, so you're not going to have to pay $50 million for him, and he's not a $50 million quarterback, and it probably works out for everybody, so honestly, I like the call. Last week, before we start seeing clinching and eliminating series, I think technically determines how this week goes. Like, I think that determines exactly how it goes. Like, I think it is possible next week we can finally start getting them if Orlando wins and we see multiple teams go to, you know, like 1-4. Even then, no, I think we might have to actually week for another week. Adam, nice joining in. Nice to see you here, Big W. Thank you for joining the member squad. As a literal first comment from him isn't even a true comment. Hey, big thank you, Adam. I really like they're doing something championship, though. I do agree. I like they are calling it something. I forgot. We didn't even talk about it. They got a new trophy. They got the new trophy for the title game. I don't think they showed it, so it's like closest, it's like to the USFL trophy they had, like the new one, not the OG one, but it's a close one. Yeah, it was time. I think now we're like 2 away from getting all the team emojis, but hey, big W, big thank you, Adam, for that. Ty Sims the only pick that truly shocked me. I was gonna be Lemon with what everyone's saying. Hey, it was a shocker. It was a reach, but for the situation of how they got that pick and everything, actually, it's a good pick. No, not to leak the DMs, but just so you both are aware, I had both of you almost simultaneously, I'm talking to Nope and Adam, both saying I actually like what the Giants did in the draft in almost the same way, where, you know, it wasn't exactly what everybody expected in certain ways, but it was still solid. I didn't see anything I didn't like from the Giants. I thought it was okay. You know, like, even if Jeremiah Love, I think the best thing is Jeremiah Love didn't fall to you guys, because I think if you guys would have drafted him, I would have honestly thought that was a bad pick for you guys. Like, yes, I understand the Cardinals. It's not really, like, one that makes sense for the Cardinals, but it also wouldn't have really made sense for the Giants, considering you've just had a 1,000-yard rookie rusher 2 years ago, and you just had Ben Scattergood last year, or Cam Scattergood. So, I think that you kind of got lucky with that one, so I think it's a W one. I do agree. Getting the trenches, W, especially your D-line is looking like really decent now, even with the loss of Dexter Lawrence. So I think it was solid. We live in a time where the Stallions are considered a bad team. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, but again, we'll see how this game goes. This really feels like that last, like this, damn it, this is like the third week straight we're saying this, but this feels like the last gasp for the Stallions. If they lose this game, I think we're pretty much going to view it as like, it's over. That the AJ Siski experiment is as bad as we thought it was going to be. We'll see how DTR does today, but if the Stallions lose today, for the players that haven't got drafted, can any UFL team sign players for this year's draft? I think technically, yes. I think technically you could even do ones before as well. Like, you could also before sign guys. Like, I don't remember who, but there were a couple of players that were literally, like, eligible for the draft this year. So, I don't know the exact specifics, but pretty much you can, in general, and still be eligible. It's weird, but a lot of things like that. Home my technical offensive lineman. I have the power. Hey, gotta love it. Right, we're only missing the Renegades. Gotta love it. I gotta love it. The Renegades, you know, the favorite XFL team I have is the one I don't have. Playing in Rio. I did see speaking of ratings, I did see last week's ratings. The ABC game, almost another million, I believe it came out. That was like 930, so really solid number for that one. The Fox game predictably was worse, but it still was like a 700K. I think it was under 750, but they didn't have the exact number. The NFL Network number, again, sucked. It's NFL Network. It's going to suck. But then the Friday night game was another W. So overall, pretty solid TV ratings last week, so big W. There's a few days to prep. Yeah, I mean, when I was talking to Coach Harris, he really did not think that DTR... Like, it didn't sound like he expected him to be the full-time guy for this game, you know, as his opponent. But hey, it is what it is. He's there. So we'll see. I will say, it does not look like we're going to see anyone else. I know some of you might be wondering about Jason Bean. At least from what he was saying, it does not sound like we're going to see Jason Bean play. It sounds like if we do see Bean get packages, you're probably going to see Sanders get them too. So don't expect him to probably play at all today, but we will see. This draft is pretty... Yeah. For the Giants, looking pretty decent. Playing Minecraft. Man, it's been a little bit... It's like everybody always says. There's always... Doesn't matter how old you are. There's always going to be like one point in the year you're going to end up playing Minecraft like every day straight for like a month, and then you're going to hop off the game and not touch it for another 11 months. I swear. Every year. Zion Young, the Baltimore, coming from a Mizzou fan, man, I did not keep up with the draft. I did not keep up with the draft whatsoever. Like, I'm not saying, like, just, like, in general, like, watching it. I mean, in general, like, so many of these players. I mean, technically, to be fair, I really haven't since, like, the 2022 draft, I was fully invested in, mainly because I watched so many Bearcats games, and they had, like, 12 guys get drafted. But, like, even the last couple of years, at least the first round, I was, like, fully invested. This year, I was like, man, this is not going to be a great draft. And I'm looking at the picks, and I'm like, dude, I have not heard of these guys. Like, was this past year a year where I've watched the most college football in my life? No. Did I still watch a lot of it? Yes. Did I know a lot of these players? No. No, I didn't. But, yeah. Future UFL players being picked. You're not wrong. I mean, you're not wrong. Picking the 2060 Giants like Colton Hood. Yeah, I think I saw some people immediately. I think that was like one of the last ones I saw before starting this. I think a lot of people was very happy about that one. So, I mean, hey, you guys need a DB? Not bad. Not a bad one. So, it was a draft. The Jets like drafted or traded back up to get a third first-round pick, which is I don't know, part of me feels like that's an Aaron Glenn call. I feel like bro might somehow fall ass backwards into being a Bill O'Brien role of being both a coach and GM for no reason. I don't know why I've got that feeling, but we'll see. So we'll see. The game is going to be starting very, very soon. We're still getting the opening kickoffs and stuff. Obviously, it's the Defenders versus the Stallions. The game is in Birmingham. Last week, the Stallions had their greatest attendance number of all time in the modern era. though they got shut out. Now, was it a terrible shutout? No, it was only 16-0, but they still did get shut out. We do have the... Oh my god, you guys are really hating on the Stallions. I mean, I'm not, like, shocked, but still. On third downs. Nah, what's gonna happen? You guys are gonna get a... You're gonna watch your new defensive coordinator call a bunch of, prevent defense. Specific broadcaster is tough. I do like Testator's energy he brings. I think that's one of the very few things. Like, outside of that, I really do not like it at all. But, like, outside of literally him, I'm not a fan of most of the ESPN ones, all things considered. But I would probably say that he's my favorite, like, single one. But, yeah. Subsector. So, I said this earlier. Low-key, it's one of those where... In a vacuum, Adrian, it is a bad pick. Like, to me, Ty Simpson is not even a first-round pick. He is, like, at best, a 35th overall pick. A W Glaze sector. Thank you for that. Sup, Steven? Worst drafting team in the NFL. Oh, my gosh. Hey, watch. You guys will blow your first-round pick, and your second and third will be great. But, like, the thing with Adrian is this, right? The pick you used to get him, you got for free. Right? The guy you traded away to get him is probably going to be in jail by the time next year, next year. So, you literally gave up nothing for this pick. In a vacuum, you actually gave up 1 year. I do agree to that. In theory, you should have traded down. I think they might have been worried about teams jumping up. But the thing is this. It was a super reach. You didn't give up anything for it. And with the loss of Jimmy G to retirement, I don't hate it. Like, I don't like it because it is still a super reach. It's what I've always hated about, like, certain picks, right? The Daniel Jones pick by the Giants, even the Jackson Dart last year. Like, I still view the Jackson Dart pick wasn't a great pick relative to when you drafted him. You could have gotten him later. But as we've seen, sometimes you just got to get the guy. And so, it's one of those where I do get it. You wanted to make sure you can get him. If you did like him, get him to be that future guy. So, I don't hate the pick. Yes, it would have been better for you to trade down a few spots. Maybe you were worried about, like Pittsburgh or somebody moving up. So I don't hate it for that. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I kind of like it, but I don't like super gel with it because I wasn't a big Ty Simpson guy. Like, to me, I watched him. I watched Jalen Milroe. I get it, injuries. The bottom line is Jalen Milroe was like a third-round pick, and Ty Simpson is over 50 picks better than him. I'm just saying, like, somewhere the math is not mathing. Respectfully. But it is what it is. Yeah, good old James Pierce. I'm not the most excited about drafting the Dolphins. I saw you guys traded at one point, but I didn't see exactly who you guys got. Like I said, I got to do a lot of research. I did not pay that much attention to this one. I used to not favorite Acho, but then he got moved aside. Report as a massive downgrade. Yeah, Acho is, oh man. Hey, good old Captain Moneyland, that clip is bad. Yeah, I'm not shocked that Orlando looks good. Team's 4-0. Hope they do pretty good. Yeah, I mean, hey, you just got beat 16-0 in your own home for Birmingham. I'm not shocked for that. After trading, I could have had comp, but no big reach. Yeah, I got to keep him more of the draft. Like, even the Panthers, I saw we drafted, I think it was an offensive lineman, which I was, okay about. I wanted that to be a defensive pick. You guys know my thoughts on Bryce. We've already done so much for building up this offense. At some point, we want to improve the team, not improve Bryce from being below average mid to mid. And it's dude, we need a defense. Our defense is Derek Brown, Evero, J.C. Horn, and a bunch of dreams. The return is up to the 25-yard line, the 30, gets to 35, the 40, guts to the right, the 45, the 50, the 45, the 40, the 35, the 30, and he goes out of bounds at about the 25 in Birmingham territory. The defenders are off to an insane start on the kick return. About a 65, 70-yard kick return right there to start the game for him. Giants fans happy with the draft picks with Jets fans? Yeah, I've seen a lot of Giants fans, not just Nope and Adam being happy about that, so definitely good for them. The Jets, they need a lot, so... And the Jets have historically been really bad at having a lot of draft picks. There was that, Idzik 13 or whatever, where they had, 12 picks, and they bombed all of them, so... Yeah. Longest playoff appearance drought. Yeah, good old Saber somehow took that away from him. Great Star Boys. In the 2023 Hall of... Dude, DTR in the preseason overall was crazy. Gotta love it. 1st and 10 for the defenders. Ball is snapped. They hand it off to Jackson, who gets blown up immediately. Great pass rush by the... Or great run defense right there. About a 4-yard loss for the defenders on their first play. It's because we on Fox, baby. Gotta love it, Steven. If I'm on Fox, I'm like a minute ahead of everybody. If I'm on ESPN, I'm like a minute behind everybody. Like, I don't even know how everybody has, like, super fast ESPN. I guess it's just because if you don't use an app, it's quicker. If you use, like, True Cable, I don't. But for Fox, I use antenna, so my antenna is super fast for this. Under center, ball is snapped. Fake the handoff. Teamu throws it in the middle of the right, and it's caught for about a 10-yard gain. It's going to be about 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. Well, I know last time we streamed, I think the very last one was on ABC, and, like, regular ABC, I have that because it's on antenna. Like, if the game is broadcast directly on ESPN, then it's bad for me. 3rd and 4 for the DC defenders. 3 receivers to the left. Wow, okay, 3rd and 4. Let's see what they do here. In shotgun, ball is snapped. Teamu looks to the left side of the field. Throws it quick. Caught, and he gets the 1st down. Literally stared down his receiver, but still got it. Did not change the location. Another issue is there's no jerseys. That is crazy. The fact there still is no jerseys is insane. Caden Proctor, I'm honestly not upset with that pick. That's one of the few guys I've actually heard of. I'm not too upset with that pick. Chris Johnson at 27. Yeah, I don't know if 1st round cornerback for you guys, really? Yeah, that's I don't mind the Caden Proctor pick, especially because you're rebuilding. But Chris Johnson, that's a weird pick. I can see why people are questioning it. Steve is looking. Ball is snapped. They quick hand off to Jackson, who gets inside, gets about 4 yards on the carry. It's going to be about 2nd and 6. Steve's looking not going to be as good as last week with the issues of the team getting shut out last week and how bad that was, but. It's looking like more of a traditional Stallions game like last year, so yeah. It's still a hell nah. Hey, good old Houston. What a market. Then NFL game's not gonna lie. I feel like there's somebody else I feel the same way too, but I can't put exactly who I'm thinking of. I think there's somebody else I'm very similar to. In shotgun, 2nd and 7. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They quick hand it off to Deion Jackson again. It's going to be about a 1.5 yards. Wow, they're only giving him 1 yard. It's going to be about 3rd and 5 now. Traditional. I'm glad they went to those red jerseys, dude. Oh my god, it's so good they went to those. Especially because, like, they didn't seem to change the pants. Like, could you imagine if they were wearing their, like, the jerseys they looked like they were going to wear? Oh my god. Big W from Rapoli and them to change the Stallions jerseys. These ones are so much cleaner. I'd probably rank these like around 5. I think I had them as like 8 or 7. I probably would have ranked them around like 5 or 6. Like move them up like 1 or 2 spots. These are honestly solid. 3rd and 6 for the defenders. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Deion Jackson is 2. Teamu's right as well. Ball is snapped. Throws it for the end zone shot. It is going to be Ooh, are they calling that a catch in the field? They're calling it a touchdown for the defenders. It's going to be a close one. He immediately looked to have caught it, but he then bobbled it. Then he caught it again. Remember, you only need 1 foot in bounds. We're going to have to see the replay, but at the moment, it is a touchdown on the field. It is a touchdown, 6-0 DC over Birmingham. Let's see this replay. Loses. Ooh. Okay, let's see the replay again. I got to see it on this angle. I got to see this closer angle. Yeah, I think he kept it in one hand. Yep, I think he's good. I think he kept it in one hand. Yeah, that's good. I think he definitely, like, it felt like he lost possession, but he just kind of moved his hand, so that was good. Kick is up. It is good. 7-0. DC already has the lead after that immediate stuff right off the bat. I did predict this to be a close game. Hopefully I'm not wrong. My picks this year have been insanely mid. I have gone, I think, 5-7 in 3 weeks and 6-6 in the other week. So hopefully we have a decent week for the first time in a while. But we'll see. Falcons select a cornerback. Jacob Roger. Wow. Okay, well, if you're a Dolphins fan sector, I love that. That's a great pick. I completely forgot he was going to fall that far. That's a big W. I mean, that is who I'm thinking that is. That's the guy from Texas Tech, right? I mean, that's the guy that was the Heisman finalist. Like, I'm not going crazy, right? Jacob Rodriguez. Yes, that is who I thought. Okay, that's a W pick for the Dolphins. That's a great pick. So if you're a Dolphins fan, it's a big W right there. Getting shut out, blown out, and then getting moved and say, oh my god, don't say that. No, that'd be so bad. Yeah, big W for you sector and the Dolphins. Again, I'm going to keep this poll up after this drive for the Stallions, then it goes away. So if you want to vote for the defenders after the touchdown, you can go you're right there. I'm scared, man. I don't like when the Panthers are on the clock. They usually make a pick that upsets me. It might end up aging well, but it'll still probably upset me. But yeah, dude, that sucks. Okay, now that Jacob Rodriguez got picked there, that actually does piss me off, because that would have been a great pick for us. Another shot. I actually want to see the Stallions win. Man, it's crazy. But, damn, that sucks, dude. Jacob Rodriguez almost fell to the Panthers. Like, I could keep forgetting because everybody hates inside linebackers for some reason, even though they're, like, such an important, position and overall player. But everybody hates him now, and so, like, Jacob Rodriguez, everybody expected him to fall, but, man, that's crazy. That's a good pick for the Dolphins. Trade. God, what did we give up? Please don't tell me we gave up, like, anything even halfway decent. Okay, we moved 2 picks up. Are you... Bro, I don't know what round that is, but we basically gave up 40 spots in the draft later to move up 2 picks. Damn, Jacob Rodriguez is gone. There might be, like, one guy that fell that I'm just completely spacing on, but overall, that seems like a bad of a question one. Yeah, I mean, that's what I've always viewed. I mean, that's, like, I guess that comes from a Panthers fan. Like, if you watch the Panthers from, like, the 2010s, you viewed it as Kuechly and Cam as the 2 leaders on the team. But, yeah. Cruise up to the 15, the 20, the 30, and goes out of bounds about the 34-yard line. So we'll see what DTR, Dorian Thompson-Robinson can do. Lee Hunter, okay. Not against it. I would have rather us traded up to get Rodriguez. I don't hate this pick. Like I said, we needed defense. I'm glad we picked a defender here. We need to shore up that defense. We need talent. That's the one thing our defense does not have is talent. We have, again, like 2 players, a good defensive coordinator, and hopes and dreams. So, W. Hate that we missed on Rodriguez, but still W. Ball is snapped. Quick throw to the left. It is caught at about the 42-yard line. Good first play. Ooh, wow. They're giving a generous spot, 43-yard line. Yeah, you guys got Jacob Rodriguez. You picked Jacob Rodriguez with your last pick. Like, literally 2 picks before the Panthers. You got Jacob Rodriguez. Great pick. I'll answer that question, Adrian, in a second. In 2nd and 1, 3 receivers to the right. Ball is snapped. They hand it off inside, and they get about 5 yards in the carry. Ooh, damn, T-Doc. Hope you feel better. I hope it's nothing too serious and just something like, minor. It's always great to see you here, even if it's just for a little bit. But hopefully you feel better. I mean, hey. I was going to say, but I don't know. I know some people are different. Like, sometimes when I'm sick, I'll put something on and just mute it. But I know sometimes I can listen to it, and sometimes I can't hear it. But hopefully you're able to keep up with the game in some way. But great to see you stop by even for a little bit, T-Doc. Hope you feel better soon. But Jeremiah Love, talent-wise, I like the pick. He was the clear best player in this draft. Ball is snapped. DTR looks to the middle of the field. Throws it deep to the right. It is, ooh, that was almost intercepted. That was almost a beautiful play by the DC defenders, but they dropped it as incomplete. Sup, Trevor? DTR, I mean, he's only played like 2 passes. That was a bad throw. He had 1 decent throw and 1 bad throw. But with Jeremiah Love, like, you draft the best player available. Even though you're at number 3, which is crazy to do that at 3. I like that. I don't hate it. It's a weird one because you have O-line issues. Again, it's not like Ashton Jeanty, right? Or Jeanty, right? The Raiders drafted him. They didn't have an O-line. He didn't do a ton. Quick throw to the left. It is caught. And they get taken down in about the... Ooh, they're going to call it half a yard shy, so it's going to be about third, or it's going to be second and a half. So I think it's one that might not look good next year, but could be good in 2 years. So that's my thoughts on the Adrian pick right there. Are the Jets going to make the playoffs in 2019? That's hard, maybe. That was a huge trade, T-Dog. Look, I know I've seen some people try to act like, actuallys about like, oh, of course the league forced the trade. The league owns all the teams. When we say the league forced the trade, everybody knows what we mean. Mike Rapoli definitely forced that trade. DTR looks, he's getting pressured. He evades the sack. He's going to run for it. Great play by DTR. Gets to the 40, and he goes down about the 35-yard line. Because you gave up a rotational tackle for Luis Perez. Awesome trade. You fleeced them. You got the best quarterback in the overall trade cycle for a rotational tackle. I mean, damn. It doesn't get much better than that. I got pretty sick because I ended up going to the pool. Water's really cold, and I didn't really thought about it. Man, I don't remember the last time I got sick from, like, cold water in a pool like that. I know I've gotten sick from, like, taking, like, a long, hot shower before, but that was a while ago. In shotgun, ball snapped. DTR's getting pressure again. He rolls up in the pocket. He's going to run for it again, up to the 30, and he goes down about the 21-yard line. Great run by DTR right there. I mean, they do got Reed, but my thing is, like, you always want to have two quarterbacks. Because, like, let's say Austin Reed, very first play of this game, tears his ACL. Uh-oh. It's Luke Lennon time, baby. So, like, no disrespect to Luke Lennon, but, like, you wish you would have had Perez there. Like, having a good backup is huge. Third string is a bit different, right? Like, that's what hurt the Stallions. Their main backup got hurt as well. But, yeah. For DTR, yeah, I'll probably give him a rating after this game. I mean, so far on the ground, he's looking pretty solid. I mean, that was the big thing a lot of people said about him was that he had really good wheels, and he's looking like that so far. Dolphins, basically the Battlehawks. Offense, what I'm worried about. Hey, you got Malik Willis, though, and, like, a receiving core. You did miss an insanely good kickoff return. A very first kickoff return was literally like a 70-yard kickoff return that got stopped at, like, the 25-yard line, but Birmingham... Like I've said, bro, that red zone defense almost came up clutch. It was a very close catch that they made for the touchdown. The defense almost held them out of the end zone, but they did eventually score. So 7-0 on Birmingham. DTR is running like a madman. Quick throws to the left. It's tipped, and it's intercepted. It's intercepted by the DC defenders. It got tipped near the line of scrimmage, and it was intercepted on the field as an interception. You have to replay it to see if it doesn't hit the ground, but at least at the moment is an interception by Anderson in the red zone for DC. Crazy. Let's see. They can show the replay to see if this was an interception or if it hit the ground. Let's see. Fake the handoff. They quick throw. Again, it got tipped. Great tip right there. At least in that angle, that's a clear as day interception. Great play. That's fully on the pass rusher right there. Great. Yeah, it's an interception. Jets. Yeah, I couldn't even get one last year. Take off for the night. I'll see you next stream. Hey, Zomb. Which other game? I'm streaming tomorrow night's game between the Storm and the Battlehawks. That was one that got voted on by the community heroes. So we'll be streaming that game tomorrow starting at 6:45. The water's cold in the pool. I almost ended up going, wow, that's actually insane. Damn, that's rough. I mean, I know it's all about, like, the whole body thing. Like, if you're on, like, a hot day especially and you go to a really cool pool and you go, like, super quick, that's actually insane. That's insane to hear. Which looks like a pro team. If you asked this any other year, I would have said the Stallions. If you ask this year, honestly, the way they play, probably the Storm in a weird way, because they play like a super team. Like, they're just super okay everywhere. In a way, they feel the most professional in that regard, despite not necessarily being the clear-cut best team. I feel like the way they play is very much like that. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely shocking to see him go to the Cardinals, but I think that was just the pure best player available, right? Like, you want to have the best player on your team. He was the best overall player in the draft. So, like, you can even argue that getting him at 3 was, like, a really good value pick by that regard. So, I don't really hate it. It's very questionable, but I don't hate it. And McCarron will be a good QB coach relationship indeed. Oh my God, could you imagine? That would be a wild one. But hey, Perez, who knows? Maybe he'll be the coach at some point. I would not be shocked. And I wouldn't be shocked if he's better than AJ. I don't expect Luis to the Gamblers. That I could have seen that as well, stay in Texas, but yeah. So on the two, and a great organization, by the way, if y'all are interested. I feel like I've heard of them, but I not in like a very like recent time. See you tomorrow, Gate. Yeah. Again, hopefully you get better. T-Dog feel better tomorrow. Dallas loses both QBs. Just have her police. Honestly, why not? Stormer gets smacked by the Jets, and it's an insult to the Storm more than a compliment to the Jets. Oh my God. In shotgun. Yeah, whenever the Stallions were like really good, especially 2024, dude, oh my God, they were so insane. And it looks like it's going to be a flag. It's like probably going to be, yep, false start on the offense. So they're going to lose about 2.5 yards here. But yeah, dude, when the Stallions were 4-0, it was insane. Tiamat was guaranteed to run an interception at one point. Borderline true. And more people in the shirtless section. Hey, at least if you could be like DC, where at least you know that one section's always going to be packed, why not? It's a cha-cha. I still can't believe it's 7.5 point favorite for the Dallas Renegades. Like, I get it. You traded away your starting quarterback for Chandler Rogers to start, but still, that's crazy. 7.5 point favorite. All right, 7.5 minutes left in the first quarter. DC's in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ball is snapped. They fake the handoff. Tiamat was going to run himself, and he gets past the initial wave, but he gets taken down. He's going to get forward progress, probably about like a 2-yard gain. Let's see. Any new picks? Any new picks? Do not care about that. Second and 9 for the DC defenders. Ball is snapped. They hand it off to Deion Jackson, who cuts to the right, and he gets about 4 yards on the carry. I'm coping. We are 1-3. Oh my God. Hey, it might be worse tonight. We'll see if you can get the W, but if you lose and you're 1-4, yikes. But we'll see. By pick 10, I was asking, who the hell are these guys? Dude, even by like pick 7, I was sitting there like looking, I'm like, who is the first round pick? Like, dude, last year there were so many second round picks, and I'm like, oh yeah, dude, of course, that guy's, it's shocking he's not a first round pick. Even third rounders. This year it's like, dude, who? 3rd and 6 for the defenders. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Ball is snapped. Getting pressured. Oh, we almost did have a safety, but he ends up falling down at the 1-yard line. We might still have one. They're going to have to punt here, and they're going to have to punt at the 1-yard line. Obviously, this is very sketchy because if you're... I mean, this is really easy for a block. So, we'll see what happens here. This is scary for DC and really good for the Birmingham Stallions. The one thing I will say, though, if you're a fan of any team that had multiple picks this year, and I don't want to say it's like to be pessimistic, historically in recent memory, when a draft is viewed at the time as a weak draft, usually ends up being true. The 2 weakest drafts since 2010, heading into them, were 2013 and 2022. They do get the punt up without any issues, and it's going to be recovered at the 40, up to the 35, the 30, the 25, down to the 25-yard line, 5 yards away from the red zone. Incredible. Again, he just had to get a quick punt off. He can't really hit on the punter too much there, but great return as well. Big one. So that's the one thing to be worried about. Is historically when a draft is viewed as a weaker one, it does end up being a weaker one. Like 2022 wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great in 2013. Especially when you consider ones around it was also pretty weak. Like, yes, I know 2015 didn't age insanely well either. But usually when a draft is viewed as weak at the beginning, it probably ends up being it. There always are still great players. Obviously, D-Hop, Ziggy was great for a couple of years. Mike Glennon, Geno Smith from 2013, but you will see. Ball is snapped. Throws it to the right immediately. It is caught at about the 18-yard line by Jaden Mickens. This is obviously the Jaden Mickens revenge game in a way. Going against his former team. Obviously, this is the DC Doormen rivalry as well from last year, but yeah. You know what I hate? Apple asking me to update my phone. I just updated my phone not too long ago. I almost deleted everything on my phone. Dude, I hate how phones work now, bro. If you don't have, like, the newest phone, they just bottleneck you. Like, you'll literally double your storage from your last phone to your newest phone. Like, you'll either go from, like, let's say 16 to 32, 32 to 64, 64 to 128, 128 to 256, 256 to 512. Ball snap, they hand it off, and it's going to be about a 2-yard loss for the Stallions. It's going to be at 3rd and 6. And every time you do it, no matter what your phone in, like, a year and a half, it's, like, obsolete and you run out of storage. No reason, but you're out of storage. And it sucks. It's terrible. It was going to be good. Hey, they got rid of a lot of players they should have kept. I still stand by it. Like, could you imagine how much better the Storm would be if they still had, like, Jordan Williams? Oh, my God. Like, there's a couple guys they really should have kept, because if they did keep them, they would have been even better than they are. Hey, they're 4-0. We'll see. Ball is snapped. They throw it over the middle. It is caught for the first down at about the 12-yard line. Let's see, especially considering it's Birmingham. Yeah, Birmingham. It's definitely a bit shocking for sure. It's a lot of solid starts. I mean, hey, you never know what happens with, like, Jeremiah Love, even Mendoza. But, like, even Mendoza, right, if we're going to be, like, real, like, he's, for a first overall pick quarterback, he's not like a first overall pick quarterback, right? He's not like he's like a Bryce Young. He's like one of those who just happens to be the first overall pick. The quick throw over the middle, it is caught up to the 5, end zone, touchdown, Birmingham. Deon Kane with the touchdown. DTR with his first passing touchdown gets the TD. He's now 5 of 6 or 5 of 7 with 1 interception and a touchdown. 7-6 DC over Birmingham. Let's see if they can make this extra point, which has been questionable for him. Yeah, we'll see how the draft ends up going out. Obviously, you know, we haven't even played a game yet this upcoming year, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it's not bad. Hopefully it ends up being a great draft and ends up being a sleeper hit draft, but we'll see. You know what ain't going to be cheap, though? The football cards. They're still going to be a ton of money. Good old Topps, man. They're going to be charging about, like, $2,000 for Topps Chrome this time next year. Oh, my God. It's going to be terrible, dude. Let's see. Can Carlson make this kick? So far, even he hasn't been great. He only attempted 1 kick, but he missed it. So let's see if he can even get one here. Kick is up. Dude, you gotta be kidding me. This team was supposed to have Rodrigo Blankenship, by the way. Like, he was supposed to be on this team, but he ended up basically choosing to try and get a features. By the way, if you can't tell from my reaction, he didn't make the kick. He is now 0 of 2 on total attempts. You can't make this up, bro. You were supposed to have Rodrigo Blankenship, and now you've had 2 kickers that have combined to being not good. So, yikes. Drain this pin. Finally made a touchdown. Yeah, first touchdown in, like, forever. Man, this game was set up to fail against Brandon. Well, I forgot. We got other stuff going on, don't we? Let me look up NBA and NHL. Oh, and I gotta preface this as an FYI, considering that I actually got to go to the game too, so I'm just letting you know this. If the Hurricanes game hits like double overtime, the stream might be late tomorrow. I have to say that because I watched that game live go to double overtime when it shouldn't have, but it did. So if that game on Saturday does go to double overtime, I might be late to streaming tomorrow. It shouldn't. We should sweep them. We should beat them in regulation. If our power play wasn't ass, granted both teams suck at power play. Every year the Hurricanes power play is like top 3 in the league, and then as soon as the playoffs hits, like, it's gone. But just as an FYI, might be late tomorrow only if we get double overtime in that game. DTR about to be 2026 PJ Walker. Oh my god. 49ers kicker. Oh my god. Right here though, I do think this season is probably, this game is the season for the Stallions. Like I said, if you start the season 1-4, you literally got to go 5-0 the rest of the year. Like, that's insane, but we'll see. Fire that kicker now. You know what? Matt Coughlin's still out there. I'm just saying. He's still out there. Even Chris Blewett's still out there. Luis Aguilar's probably still out there. Like, come on, man. PJ Walker. Yeah, BM kickers are pretty bad this year. We don't have a kicker. Yeah, pretty bad. I think so, but I don't know exactly which team. No, I think he's in the CFL right now sector, I think. After the game. About to see some trades for kickers. And then the Stallions make it a 50-yarder. Honest to God, I'm not even shocked. How do you miss a kick, bro? If you know that tweet, that's a classic one, dude. I still remember when somebody immediately quote tweeted him being like, "How do you miss shots in Fortnite?" That was hilarious, bro. Ninja got ratioed so hard. To think that dude was like the biggest content creator in the world at a period in time is just wild. It really is. Three and a half minutes left in the first quarter. Like, hey, Big Dig, oh my god. Yeah, I think that's right, DJP. I think he did go to the CFL. Turns up to the 10, the 15, the 20. And he's still on his feet, the 25. And he's going to be down at about the 26. There is a flag. We'll see what this flag is for, though. To win it all, considering which team was shocking. Columbus is illegal block in the back and be a penalty on DC. Columbus has the best way to do it, the way they play football. Like, here's the thing. The best overall team potential would have been Louisville had Bean still been on the roster at this point. I think it is clearly Columbus. The thing is, Columbus legitimately has the best unit in the league. Their overall rushing attack is just insane, right? Most teams, the Storm, the Defenders, the Renegades, they are like week to week, their ground game is either really good or super ass. The Aviators have been consistently good on the ground. They're just getting better. So, that reason alone, they are a team that could definitely win the championship. They just... Hey, if you can run the ball and play decent defense, I mean, damn, you can do anything. And so, they can. But we'll see. Hey, well, you know, Tanner Brown, John Hoyland, Matt McCrane, you got some of them, it's just the Stallions don't got none. They fake the handoff, quick throw to the right, it is caught, makes a move, gets to about the 14-ish yard line. Second down for the DC Defenders now. What's up, St. Brown? Blair Wall, Cody Parkey. Oh my god, this is classic. Second and 5. Ball is snapped. They hand it off to Abram Smith, who gets about 4 yards. They're going to call him about half a yard shy of the first down marker. No, Rockets. 3rd and 1 for the Defenders now. Eli Stowers, and why is he unique? I feel like I've actually heard of him. Me making one, no. I'm just in the PFN one. I know there's technically 2 of them. I don't even remember what the other one is. I think it's just a more basic one, but I'm in the PFN one. A lot of people are overall in that one. 3rd and 1. Ball is snapped. QB rush. Cuts the outside and gets the first down. Goes out of bounds basically at the first down. Let's see. Celtics, Sixers, Lakers, Rockets, dude. If the Lakers win this game, it'd be so funny, dude. I know I picked them to win this series, but I did not think this was going to be a sweep. And they might, honest to God, sweep them. Pro Football Newsroom, that's like the James Larson, James Baker, Ducky group, right? PFN, they have one. I think there's also like a more official one, but I don't think like as many people are in that one. Dude, why are all these Lightning Canadiens games so good? It's literally 2-2 right now in the second period. 3 receivers to the left. Ball is snapped. Fake the handoff. Oh. And it looks like there is a flag. Or timeout. Birmingham calling a timeout in the first quarter. Classic. The Wild. That's going to be a tough one. We'll see how they end up doing. I still think they're going to win that series, but that's a tough one. Those are 2 legit cup contenders. The new trophy I think is okay. I think it's solid. I don't think it's like insanely groundbreaking. I think it's a solid trophy. The United Bowl, it's better than the UFL championship, but like I said, if you're on a set of stairs that is 50 steps, it's like you went from the 20th step to the 21st step. Like you didn't really go that much higher, but it's still better than just a UFL championship. Maybe it'll grow on me, but we'll see. As long as the Stallions and Campus don't call it a win. Hey, as long as one of them gets a win. I don't know if they're both going to get one, but hopefully one does. Look for the guy in the Mahler shirt. You gonna be in the this Mahler's, or are you gonna be in the purple and orange one? But dude, I do hope you have a great time in that game. But yeah, good old Maulers. How did Birmingham get the ball back already? What? DC still has it right now. Oh crap! Is it not loading? Is it doing that thing again? Second down now. Yeah, I got that one. I don't know why it wasn't doing it now. That's like something it hasn't done ever this year. I've been lucky. I think I can't be on that one too long. I guess that's what the issue is, but yeah. Let's see. 2nd and 8. Name it the Spring Bowl. The Skip Holtz Bowl. The AJ McCarron. The Send McCarron Space Bowl. 2nd and 8. Ball is snapped. Quick handoff to Abram Smith, who cuts to the left, gets 5, gets 10, gets 15, gets to about the 38-yard line, goes out of bounds. I will say, which tournament is this weekend? Scotty damn near pulled it off last week. Shame he couldn't. The Miami's this weekend. Okay, dude, we are... I forgot. Like, dude, this time of the year for golf, man, you got so many good events. Back to back to back to back. It's crazy. I think it's literally in like a 6-week span or 7-week span. You literally have like one non-big tournament. That's crazy. Because I think you got like 3 signature events. And then you've got the 2 majors. Like, insane. Let's see. 7-6 DC over Birmingham. 37 seconds left. 1 to 2 plays left in the quarter. Depends exactly how fast they get this play out and all that. But we'll see what they end up doing here. 2nd and 18. He's a Roblox character. Oh my god. That's crazy. Crazy pull. You're going to be just one more play in this quarter. DC is at 2nd and 18 due to the penalties. And they're at their own 11-yard line. Ball is snapped. They fake the handoff. Tamu rolls back. He throws deep to the right. He's going for a deep shot. It is caught at the 45-yard line in Birmingham territory by Cornell Powell. The insane catch is about a 40-yard reception right there for the DC defenders. Beautiful throw by Tamu. That's the kind of throw that last year would have been either super overthrown or underthrown. That's like a championship game Tamu throw. Almost as literal, almost as perfect as can be. Beautiful throw and catch right there. Massive gain. Yep, exactly 44-yard gain for the DC defenders to end the quarter. That's crazy right there. Pretty, why are you going down there? It's just, okay. Cats, I swear, bro. They'll go to the most uncomfortable location just because it's out of the way. Let's see, what notifications am I getting now? Oh, random stuff. Okay. Let's see, 14 new posts. 2 third-round picks for Jonathan Grenard. Okay. First of many. Oh, they hope. What? Oh, man. Okay, we're just doing that. Oh my god. Oh, dude. Gabe. Okay. Crazy stuff right now. They aren't playing defense and we were first round exit. You know, I had that feeling. It's why my members video for this month, I just had that feeling that the Lakers are going to win. They didn't even need Luka. Like, my thought process was they would extend it to 5 or 6 and then they'd get one of them back. They don't even need him, apparently. Like, apparently Luke Kennard just crushes them. I mean, hey, if you believe the KD files, you know, maybe what KD said about his teammates weren't wrong. You know, a lot of things you probably can't say on here that he said about his teammates. Maybe he wasn't wrong, you know. I'm just saying, but, I mean, you're getting pieced up by the Lakers. I mean, like, I get KD's not playing tonight, but, dude, I'm just saying, KD is not worth more than Luka by himself, let alone Luka and Austin Reeves. So the idea that even without KD that you're still losing is insane. So, like, you're getting pieced up by 2026 DeAndre Ayton, Luke Kennard, Rui Hachimura, and old AF LeBron James. Yikes. You are not a serious franchise, okay? Like, I'm sorry. But, yeah, that's a pick that I'm glad I made. Some other picks might not be aging well. That one is. I would gladly take it. I'll take my wins. And that was a win. I thought the Lakers were going to win that one. I forgot to end this, so we're going to end this. I completely forgot to end this. I keep forgetting to, but we're going to end this now. And decent amount of votes, and it looks like people still the defenders, but 50 or 61% for the defenders. But yeah, like I said, the Lakers, man, they're kind of cooked. I mean, the Rockets, yeah. Usually it's like the person that really got me into the sport is. So, yes, this is as front runner as it can be, but it's Scotty. If you were to do overall, Scotty, Rose, I like him. I wouldn't say he's like my favorite, but I like him. And Robbie probably are up there. Even more Cowher as well. Like Robbie McIntyre, Bobby Mac, Robert McIntyre. Whichever one of the like 85 names you call him, McIntyre. But Scotty's probably the overall one. Like, I remember him, it was like Cam Smith, the Australian. Like, I remember them battling in like 2020 or 2021 for the Masters. The first Masters I like actually watched. And I remember that being like, wow, this is a great battle. I think Cam Smith ended up finishing third, and then he hasn't done anything since. The ball snapped, they hand it off to Jackson, who cuts to the left, gets to the 40, and gets down about the 40 or the 37-yard line. So, like, that was the first one I watched. And so that was the main reason that he became the one I, like, watched a lot. Especially because, like, I started watching golf, like, religiously during that year 2 years ago, where Zomb was just, where Scotty was just winning every damn tournament, right? Like, you gotta understand, Scotty won Golfer of the Year in a year where somebody else won 2 majors in a year. That's unfathomable, and he clearly deserved it. He won, like, he won his major. Ball snapped, it's gonna be a fumble, it's recovered by Ty Scott. It's gonna be about a 6-yard loss for the DC defenders. It's gonna be about 3rd and 14. But it was one of those where, like, Scotty won the gold medal. He still won, I believe that was the year he won the second Masters, and he just won, like, 9 events or something crazy. He's, like, up there in records that even, like, Tiger didn't have, like, most consecutive, like, top 10s and all that. And then last year, he ended up winning 2 majors itself, and now he's 1 away from the Grand Slam. Like, love it. No, you're joking. Aleister Black and Kyrie did not both get released. I did see the Y at 6, but, dude, Aleister Black and Kyrie, that's actually hysterical. They both got released, dude. TKO is a joke. Timeout called by the DC defenders. It is 3rd and 9. They're calling timeout. I actually gotta look this up. I believe you, but, like, I don't believe you. You know what I mean? Like, I cannot believe that that is real, but, wow. Apollo Crews? No, why did you answer the phone? Apollo, no, bro, we forgot. You're supposed to not answer the phone. If you know the joke, you know the joke. That's terrible. Okay. Santos, not shocked. Injuries. Wasn't really doing anything. Hilarious that they gave him that contract just from the leave anyway. Zelina, do not care whatsoever. I always thought she was overrated. Motor City Machine Guns. Should have been used better. That's an L on trips and all that. That's crazy. Those are some crazy cuts. AEW's got some good debuts they can start. I tell you, dude, could you imagine they get the entire wide 6? That'd be hilarious. Wood Stoltz Rex D. Hey, but I don't think he's drank as much as John Daly. 3rd and 9 for the DC defenders with 12.5 minutes left. Or 13.5 minutes left in the second quarter. They're at the 44-yard line in Birmingham territory. Ball is snapped. Throw it deep to the left. It is going to be caught by... Ooh, are they calling this catch? Looks like they're saying no catch for him. They should kick this here. This is like a almost... I think this is like technically a 61-yard field goal. Matt McCrane has already made 2 of these. Why not 3? We'll see. We watched the Masters here and there. I think I didn't watch as much as I usually did because of just when it was, but I usually watched, like, especially the majors. I've gotten to the point where I watch, like, every single day. And, like, if I'm not working on videos and it's, like, a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and there's even, like, a somewhat big tournament, I'm probably watching golf. So this is his third attempt. This is a 62-yard field goal. Can he be 3 of 3 on these 60-yard attempts? Let's see. 4th and 9. Kick is up. It's no good. It did have the leg, but it was drifting to the left immediately. It is no good. It is 7-6 DC over Birmingham. So we'll see what the Stallions can do on the subsequent drive. So let me go back to trending now. Dude, Kyrie being number 2 on trending is insane. I mean, sure, you had this whole storyline build. Same with Alistair, and you just don't do anything with him. It's hilarious. Like, what's the point of that? Just have both on fire carry. That's a great tweet. Man, seeing people talking about, like, nah, I don't know, man. Jonathan Grenard, people acting like this is the most insane thing in the world. Maybe we'll see. Let's see. What are the scores in the 2 games right now? Still 2-2 in the Canadians. Lightning game. Let's see. Do they still not have Hedman back? Oh, man. If they can get Victor back, they have a real shot. When is he supposed to be back? Victor Hedman. Oh, he became the captain. Not shocked. Yeah. Let's see. What's the Lakers game? Lakers still up by 7. Oh, my God. The Sixers made that a tie if the Celtics lose to the 76ers, that's like... Oh, my God, dude. That's terrible. That'd be funny. Talk about missing field goals. I mean, it was a 62-yarder. I'm not going to give too much crap to Matt McCrane for that. It's a 62-yarder. I mean, even NFL kickers, there's very few that would have been able to make that kick consistently. I'm not too upset with that one. Now, if he misses like another 50-yarder, then we're talking, right? You get a limit. If you miss like 150-yard plus in a game, I genuinely feel you can't be upset about that. But if you miss 2, different story. So if he misses another one, then we're talking. But for 1, I'm not too upset about it. Showing some DTR highlights from his, one of his 2 drives or 3 drives that he's been in. But we'll see what they do here. Let's see what DTR can do. 5 of 7 for 45 or 43 yards, 1 TD, 1 interception, 2 rushes for 24 yards. Borderline Jameis Winston now stat line. 1st and 10, 13 minutes left. They are at the 48-yard line in DC territory. I don't know how they are, but they are. Ball is snapped. Throwing a deep pass. It is incomplete. No flag. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 now. Columbus, Houston. That should be a game. I don't know exactly what to say about that, but it's going to be a game of all time. That's for sure. Man, if that was last week, they would have called a penalty. Now, they called like 3 plays like that a penalty on roughing the passer. I know it wasn't like full-blown body weight, but still. 12.5 minutes left. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Just DTR in the backfield. They're going to have to call a timeout here. Okay, they're going to throw a flag or they're going to call timeout. Yep, there's the flag. That was almost egregious. Especially since AJ was complaining about penalties, I'm pretty sure, about last week's game. That would have been egregious if he didn't get that one right there. I'll refresh this. 2nd and 15. And they're going to lose about 7 yards in that play. They did try to do a little quick pass and it was immediately broken up. Great plays right there by the DC Defenders defense. And again, remember, because they're already past midfield, they cannot punt. So the Stallions might be forced to go for some 4th down. This could be really bad. Like, look at that. They were trying to do a little pitch play, and it just got broken up immediately. I mean, yeah, 3rd and 21 is terrible, but we'll see what they do here. If you get, like, I mean, you got to go for it anyway, but remember, if you get stopped here, you're probably going to end up doing, like, the mini punt where you're going to throw, like, 10 yards over the middle of the field and just try to gain a few yards to kind of do a mini punt against them. That's what we're seeing is the meta we're seeing right now. Ball is snapped. DTR throws directly over the middle, and it is incomplete. That could have been a beautiful play. So now in this situation, they're probably not going for the 1st down. They're probably going for a little 10-yard play over the middle and then hopefully maybe get to the 1st down marker. If not, you gain like 10, 15 yards. You know, you throw 10 yards in the air, get 5 yards of yak, go down 6 yards shy of the 1st down marker. But in all actuality, it ends up being like a 15-yard punt. That's probably what we see here. But I'll have to wait until we see the next play. What? The Browns are traded up to 58 and are getting the 152. Wow, that is a really questionable trade by the Niners. 4th and 21. Birmingham's calling a timeout here. I really don't like this at all. There's timeout here seems insane. Like, even if you take the 5 yards here, you're already not getting the 1st down, really. And if you are going for it, an extra 5 yards isn't going to really do anything. Do not like this call. It was supposed to be the Kings playing against Stallions again today. Maybe they decided to change it. Yeah, I forgot they changed it. They literally changed it. Yeah, this was before. Because that was the one thing. Because the original schedule did not have Birmingham playing DC at all. Technically, they had to change it like numerous. I think they ended up changing it like 3 times. But yeah, the very first schedule did not have Birmingham playing DC. So that does make sense. Because that's why it was so bad, dude. The fact they butchered the schedule release is terrible. Yeah, I just saw that Grenard going to the Eagles. I mean, hey, they got more money to spend on Jalen Redmond, baby. Former UFL glory himself. 4th and 21 for the Stallions. Again, I do not know why you call a timeout there. You're already cooked. Just accept it. 5 wide, ball snapped. DTR. Looks like they're going for the 1st down here. Ooh, he's getting pressured. He gets sacked. You cannot do that. That's a bad play on DTR, and that is on DTR. His O-line gave him enough time. He loses about 7 yards in that play. The line gave him enough time. That was a bad call to hold on to it there. You cannot take a sack there. As long as you throw it away, you're not losing extra yards. DC is going to actually gain about... They're gaining 8 yards in that play relative to field position. Bad play right there by DTR. So it's going to be 1st down for the DC defenders at about the 33-yard line right there. Bad sack take right there, man. I mean, again, worst case scenario, if you just throw it deep. Like, if it gets intercepted, oh no, I gotta play coverage. You know what I mean? Like, bad call right there. Well, I mean, oh, they couldn't. I don't know why they gave them the ball at, like, the 44, like, even though they shouldn't have. So they gave them the ball initially. It might have been a penalty I didn't see. They gave them the ball initially past the 50, so they weren't able to punt. But it was really weird how they did that. Let me go back to the feed. I think they literally the play-by-play. Let's see. Play-by-play 2nd quarter. Yeah, so field goal was no good at the 4-yard line. So they should have, in theory, started here, meaning they would have had to cross midfield. And I'm pretty sure instead they literally started the ball. Yeah, they just... Okay, yeah, there was a penalty. That's what it was. Okay, penalty. I missed the penalty. So, yeah, there was a penalty. They gave him 5 yards, so they couldn't punt. I assumed I missed the penalty, but I didn't see for sure. I didn't want to, yap when I didn't know, but yeah. But still, bad decision not to throw it. If you throw it and it gets intercepted, that almost only benefits you. There's, like, no negative. So, definitely a bad call either way. No, but they did already cross the 50. After the first incompletion, they got the 5-yard penalty, so they crossed the 50, so they couldn't punt anymore. Because remember, it's as soon as you cross the 50, you can't punt no matter what happens beyond that. So, like, the first play, I think even then they still gave him the ball in a weird position because they were at the 44. A 5-yard penalty shouldn't have given him past. There was some weird shenanigans going on. The bottom line is, after a penalty, they got the ball past the 50, so they couldn't punt anymore, even if they lost yardage. So they still shouldn't have been in that position technically, but it is what it is. So, still should have thrown it. Just thrown it deep, but yeah. Yeah, this 50-yard rule is definitely a weird one. Like, when I went to the Defenders game, there was really people that were in the press box that, like, didn't know that rule existed either because they were, like, new to covering the UFL, and it's pretty crazy when you think about that. First down for the DC Defenders. They're at the 33-yard line in Birmingham territory because of the DTR sack. Ball snapped, handed off, and it's going to be cut up the middle to about the 30-yard line. I believe it's Valade. I don't remember if he was healthy, but I think that is. It was Valade. Yeah, I do not get why DTR is taking that kind of sack there and not just throwing it that deep. Like, just throw it. Worst case, it gets intercepted and you have to play coverage. Best case, it gets intercepted and immediately tackled and you end up, gaining 20 yards and overall, field of play or whatever. Ball is snapped. They hand it off. And he's going to be taken down at the line of scrimmage. They're going to lose about half a yard, maybe a yard right there. Yeah, it hasn't happened, like, a ton, but no, as soon as you cross the 50, you're not allowed to do it. The whole reason for that is, like, because in theory, then, you could be at, like, let's say 3rd and, like, 25 and be, at the 49-yard line, then purposely lose 2 yards. So the whole reason for that rule is just so you can't do any, like, shenanigans of forcing yourself behind the 50. Which, again, it's still a debatable rule. But that's the whole reason for that rule. 3rd and 7 for the DC Defenders. Timeout called by DC. Both teams have used 2 timeouts, and we've got still over 9 minutes left in the half. So, not the best uses of timeouts right now is the best way to put it. Let's see scores. Celtics, Sixers still a 4-point game. Lakers are up by 13 with a little bit left. Lightning Habs is still tied heading into the 3rd period. Let's see what DC can do here. I will say, for a game like this, of just saying, like, man, you can move anywhere pretty much. Like, I don't get why there's some people just sitting by themselves super. Like, if you like that seat, then that's on you. But, like, man, some of these people, I'm kind of shocked at where they're sitting. Like, you can move anywhere, bro. Ain't nobody caring. 3rd and 7, ball snapped. Throws it to the right. It is caught for the first down. And out of bounds at about the 18-yard line, Briley Moore. Again, there was questions about injuries last week, but he's looking pretty good right now for sure. Yeah, it was really weird because they gained the yardage on the first penalty, and that's how they got past the 50. And then they ended up taking the the bad run play, the penalty, and then the sack. Yeah, it's one of those rules that if you aren't used to the UFL, even if you are, it's still a weird one because to make it even weirder, if you're within 2-minute warning, the rule doesn't apply whatsoever. So it just makes it even weirder and crazier. But yeah, it's UFL baby. Ball is snapped. They fake the double handoff. Throws it for the end zone shot. It is incomplete. Could have been intercepted. Then it could have been a touchdown. And in the end, it is incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the DC Defenders. A little under 9 minutes left in the half. Look at that throw right there. Oh, man. He really tried that. 4th and 6. Or 4 of 6 on 3rd downs. It's pretty damn good so far. Get that percentage up. Let's see what happens in 2nd and 10. 3 receivers line up together at the left. 1 tight end to the right. Motioning a receiver from the left to him. They fake the handoff to him. Talman's going to run for it. He gets the 10. He gets down to the 1st down. And the 5. He's down about the 5-yard line. It's going to be about 1st and goal from the 5. Might call it 5.5-yard line for the DC Defenders with a little over 7.5 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. Great fake right there. Just ran up. Evaded the first guy that could have definitely tackled him. Took a big hit right there. Just kept going. Should have pulled the Chase Garver special. Slide before the first down marker. First they go over the defenders. They call it at the 5.5 yard line. Ball is snapped. They hand it off this time, and it's going to be down about the 2.5 yard line. Just stick Jordan to the ground and keep him there. 7.5 minutes left and counting down. Let's see, can Birmingham pull off another red zone stop this season? They almost did in the last drive. They did get relatively close, but obviously did end up having that, just really solid throw to the corner of the end zone that ended up being bobbled and caught. So we'll see if they can do it here. They got 3 guys in the backfield with Jordan. They motion the tight end up, though. Ball is snapped. Handed off to Valade, who gets taken down for only a half-yard gain. It's going to be about 3rd and goal from almost exactly the 2. Might give him a bit of a generous spot, call it the 1 and 3/4. But still, Birmingham, hey, never say never. They could pull off another red zone stop. Got about 6.5 minutes left once they snap this ball here. Goal line stand. Hey, Birmingham's done it a lot this year. Never say never when it comes to goal line stand for this team. And they did give him a bit of a generous spot, moving him to the 1 and little beyond half yard. Ball is snapped. They hand it off again, and he does get the touchdown. DC is up 13-6 with a little under 6.5 minutes left in the quarter. 13-6. We're able to get it. Now, if you're DC here, I will say this. I wouldn't hate going for 2 here. It's a risky call, but hear me out, right? You just saw them miss one, so you're already kind of at that 1-point edge. So if you end up going for 2 and miss it, it's not the end of the world. But if you get it, you may get a 9-point game. And because Birmingham is very questionable at the kicker position, I honestly wouldn't hate going for it. They're probably going to kick it here. They are kicking it. I would have honestly gone for it. Gone for 2 because I think the overall benefits are better. Kick is up. It is good. 14-6 DC over Birmingham. Yeah, at least that's just me. At least to me, it's the overall net benefits are better. Because even if you do fail, Birmingham is not a guarantee to make an extra point. So even if they get another touchdown, it's not like they're guaranteed to make it. And if you do get the 2-point conversion, you're also then forcing them to be in a 3-point game if they do miss a field goal or miss an extra point or something. So, I still get it. Take the points. You're up 8, so it's solid. But if you're Birmingham, you kind of are happy that you're in a must-go-for-2 scenario rather than kicking it. So, if anything, you're kind of helping Birmingham in that regard in a weird way, but it is what it is. I'm not shocked they're perfect on that, honestly. With how they've been with the kicker position, I'm not too shocked to hear that. Let's see. Any new shockers on the draft night stuff? Jermod McCoy. Are they saying they got picked? Oh, Broncos ain't picking yet. Oh my God. Unbelievable defense. Hey, hopefully DTR can do something here. When you're having to cope with a defense not playing perfect, the best defense is a good offense. And if you're coping the other way, good offense is a great defense. But we'll see. I still can't believe they went with a traditional one. Here's my biggest thing with it. It's you went to the 1-foot inbounds rule, but you went to the NFL PA or the NFL extra, the NFL PI rule. So you're just going for the all-out scoring. So I get it, but like I said, I think you should have made it a 40 to a 45-yard kick. because then teams would be more likely to go for 2, would be that if you have a truly great kicker, you're rewarded for it, like DC would be rewarded, whereas Birmingham would probably be going for 2 every time, instead of doing the 33-yard kick, which granted it's not the gimme that it used to be, but it still isn't like a tough field goal. I think they need to move it back, move it to at least the 40-yard line, make it at least, or debate should we kick it. That's what I would do. I think that's the best of every world. Because then especially if you end up having a kicker that, like, let's say finishes the season 12 with 12 in extra points, you're like, damn, brother made 12 40-yard kicks. But yeah. Fox 4K? I mean, I know this is on regular Fox, like just regular, like channel whatever Fox on like antenna. I don't know what other ones is on other than the streaming app, but I know it's on regular Fox. Kickoff is up to the 5. Great kickoff to the 20. And great coverage. They get him down to the 21-yard line. So they're going to have to do a far drive. Due to their fact that only one timeout left for each team, they could milk the rest of this clock out in the half, which is probably the best case scenario for the Birmingham Stallions, is to eat this clock. We'll see if they do it, but that's probably the best thing you could do. Again, incredible kickoff. I mean, they literally got down at like the 4-yard line, and then great coverage, getting them down like within like 15 yards. So great overall play by DC right there. First and 10 for the Birmingham Stallions. 3 receivers to the right, ball is snapped, they hand it off, cuts inside, it's a 2-yard gain, keeps going, about a 6-yard gain for the Birmingham Stallions right there. Second down now. Gonna be about 2nd and 4, 2nd and 5, showing everybody, man, if you're a Stallions fan, you hate seeing that guy right there. I don't even want to say his name, because it's gonna piss off Stallions fans if I mention him. Let's just say that this guy has not been the best this year as a coordinator. 2nd and 5 for the Birmingham Stallions. 2 receivers on both sides of the ball. Running back 2 DTR's left, ball snapped. Looks to the middle of the field, getting pressure. Throws over the middle. Great check down. First down and down at about the 38-yard line for the Birmingham Stallions. Not to keep spamming. Hey, I know, bro. It's so cool. I just hate the way they do it. Like, you get them so quickly, and then you have to have so many members. Like, you go from, like, you start with 4, then it's like you get, like, 1 or 2, you get another one, then it's, like, 3 more, but then it gets, like, you gotta go from, like, 10 to 15. It's like, damn, that's a long little gap right there. But at some point, hopefully we have all 8 of them. Ball is snapped. DTR looks, rolls out to his left. He's getting pressured, and he falls down again, like, he loses about 4 yards. Again, he needs to throw the ball quicker than that or do something. He literally just kind of like did a... and then it went down. I gotta see the replay again, so I'll make sure I'm not going crazy. I really don't think the O-line's to blame for either of these. In a weird way, yes, the O-line failed to cover that guy, but that guy literally went, like, across the entire continent to get to him. DTR's got to make a quicker decision than that. Ball is snapped. Throws it deep. That's a quicker decision. Beautiful throw by DTR. It is... oh, fumble! It's recovered by DC at the 50. And he gets to the 40. He pitches it. It's out. Wait, is he down? Oh, my God. I think it's down. Oh, my God. He tried to pitch it, and it almost backfired. Anderson picks it up in the end. It's going to be like a 10-yard return at the 40-yard line. Oh, my God. Dude, DTR throws this great pass, and it's only to get fumbled. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. Jaden Mickens can't believe it. Oh, he's livid with himself right now. Oh my God, I gotta see the replay of this. That was bad. I mean, that was a great throw. DTR did exactly what he needed to do. He saw the man wide open, throw a beautiful pass right to Mickens, and then Mickens just fumbled it. And then DC damn near lost it by trying to do a pitch play. I'm shocked they haven't shown the replay yet. Ah, you got an NHL game on there. I know it's on, like, the Fox One app, but I don't know where else it would be on. Yeah, Stallions really have had a lot of chances. Let's see the replay. That's a rough one. He left the ball wide open. That was a great play by the DB. Dude, Gabriel Taylor with a beautiful punch out. And then he gets... Come on, show the pitch. Show the pitch. No, why'd they click off of it? Oh, they didn't show the pitch. Oh my god, the crazy pitch, bro. Oh, man. And there we go. And let's see. No context, UFL. Oh, my gosh. Let's see. Yeah, they're still arguing. That was something else. Doing that pitch play was hilarious. I can't believe they actually tried to do that one. Two new notifications. Random Fatal Influence stuff. Nate Boerkircher going to the Jags. They get a tight end. They should get a receiver to replace Mr. Stonehands last year. Hey, hopefully he's better, but yeah. Let's see. What are the scores in the playoff games right now? Still 2-2 in the Habs Lightning game. Sixers leading. Dude, if the Sixers end up winning that game, oh my god. That would actually be like, oh, that'd be hilarious if they end up winning that game. Let's see. Can I do this? I don't remember if I can on this TV. I think I just went to the wrong channel. Okay, I didn't, but it's not on there. Cringe. Are they gonna have the draft on this channel? Yeah, bro, it's playoffs. You better not. We dead ass? I don't get... Bruh. Okay, we haven't left, and I don't get that channel. Wow, we really dead ass. Okay. I swear, dude, my antennas are so weird. I've got, like, if you have antennas, you know what I mean. You almost never have an antenna that actually works. It's always, this one is good for, like, these two channels. This one's good for those two. It's just, it's so bad. The Gritty, bro, what a classic mascot. Classic, despite only being out for like 7 years, something like that. Tiamu throws a little check down to Ty Scott, cuts to the 40, the 35, the 30. Oh, so touchdown. The 20, the 15, 10, touchdown DC, 20-6 with 4 minutes left. DC might run away with this. And it's not even because the Stallions are like playing off a crowd as like a typical Stallions game. Not like last week. But that's bad. Again, like, Birmingham is not playing down 14 bad. They've just made a couple key errors, and they're down 14. And DC, again, it might be haterade, but go for 2, bro. Why not? Go for 2. Make it an even larger score game at that point. I'm just saying, why not? I mean, hey, the Stallions did put up 6 more points than they did last week. That's F. I mean, it's true, but it's still left up for me to say that, but it's still true. I mean, at least there's that, right? You're not getting shut out at home. But it is looking bad. I mean, that was crazy. That was literally like, that was clearly not the main option. It was an option play where Tam was probably going to run it, and he ended up seeing him have a decent one, but yeah. I can see why now. Yeah, Birmingham definitely needs to score here. I mean, I know we always make that, this is like, oh, I got to score. It's a big score here, but like, dude, you're down 15, you better score here. You really do. I mean, again, like, that's a bad fumble to take. Like, that was a bad fumble for Jaden Mickens to give up. I mean, yeah, it's literally that. They're shooting themselves in the foot. Like, it's not even like DC's playing, like, this ingenious football. You left the ball kind of wide open. You know, you were kind of acting like you didn't have anyone behind you, got punched out, and you ended up losing it there. The earlier interception by DTR, like, this easily could still be a tie game, if not even Birmingham Nah, Birmingham won't be winning, but this would still be like about a tied game right now, and instead you're down by 15. You better score here. Turn is starting at the 4, up to the 10, the 15, the 20. Cuts to the right. Keeps going, and he ends up losing maybe a yard. Depends exactly where they give him forward progress. Looks like they're going to give it to him about the 20. But yeah. Damn atrocious team. I don't even say it's team. It's just coaching. Like, at some point, it's like, dude, everybody said Tyler Siskey and AJ McCarron was going to have a very bad offense. Everybody was right. This is like that one haters meme, right? You know, the haters said we couldn't do this. The haters said that we wouldn't be able to get this done. The haters were right. Like, this is that moment. Like, it's looking like the haters were right. Ball is snapped. DTR throws it to the right. It is caught, but it's going to be 1 yard shy of the first down, 2nd and 1. This is the craziest Stallions fall. I mean, yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, let me look at the first quarter real quick. Are we really having a laugh? Come on. What? First quarter, yeah, I mean, DC started with the ball, so you do have that advantage, but it's like you said, you have to actually do something. They're running up the middle. It's going to be about a 5-yard gain. So, yes, Birmingham could easily make this a tie game, but they have to score back-to-back, which is a... It's like... I mean, what, you know, Gary's saying. Like, that's the toughest part is them actually scoring twice. Bearcat got drafted. Yippee. The worst team in League A. That's what happened. You lose Skip Holtz. You lost Skip Holtz. And you got AJ McCarron and Tyler Siskey instead. Yes, sir. Oh, no. Throws over the middle. It is caught. It's going to be about a 2-yard gain. Ooh, he breaks the tackle. Still goes. Ends up gaining about 1 extra yard. So instead of 2-yard gain, it's a 3-yard gain. Overall. Oh, my bad. Instead of a 3-yard gain, it's a 4-yard gain. Decent play right there for Snoop Connor. Let's see. 2nd and 6. The receivers to the right. 1 to the left. Snoop Connor with him on the backfield. Ball is snapped. Looks to the right side of the field. Looks to be thrown deep. Nobody's getting pressure. He's rolling out to his left. He's going to throw it. The dump off. It is caught by Deion Kane, it looks like. Nope, there's somebody else. And it's going to be all the way up to about the 33-yard line. Great play right there. That's a smart play right there. He saw the little check down. Throw it. Has a wide open field. Great play right there. Good one. How do I spell this? Go over here then. Oh, McCarron, good quarterback, questionable head coach. Yeah, questionable head coach might be a bit generous, honestly. That's the craziest part. That might be, like, generous saying that. Because, yeah, he's been looking, not great. Who is this? Is this... Oh, it's right. Wait. Why am I seeing... Okay, what are we doing? Dude, if you say McCoy is trending, it'd be nice if the first, like, 7 posts I see actually were about Jermod McCoy, not just literally nobody. No, okay. So, you know how you guys were asking me about the... Hold on, let me make sure I'm not falling for ML football. Oh my god, dude, I need to see. Why are all these picks taking so long, bro? Are we being dead ass? Okay, so to the people who ask about Jeremiah Love, now I don't like that pick as much. Why the hell are you drafting Carson back in the 3rd round? Are we being dead ass? Stop, bro. Stop it. Oh my god. Okay. Now the Jeremiah Love pick looks terrible. Because now it's like, what are you doing? You're just drafting a quarterback, draft a quarterback. Let's stop here. That's crazy. Yeah, I hate that pick. Do you think AJ McCarron returns next season, coach, or is he done? It depends how, like, if Mike Rapoli really wants the best overall football, you gotta release him. Like, if you suck as a head coach, like, really are being, like, not good. Like, again, the Stallions are the model organization. A lot of people as inside still believe the Stallions are, like, a top 4 roster in the league, if not top 2, and they're this bad. That's on coaching. So, I don't know, man. Will DTR evolve in 2020 PJ the Passionate? I could see it. His talent is still there. Again, if he makes smarter decisions, like, again, the throw to Mickens, not the fumble, but the throw to Mickens, throwing the check down. If he does those things, it's smart. He just can't take bad sacks. So if he does that, definitely. Yeah, Carson back to Arizona, I hate that pick. I really don't like that pick. That's a bad one. Like, you are trying to tank, and you draft... Maybe Love will be a safety. Honestly, yeah. They hand the ball off, get inside, and they get about 7 yards in the carry. Ooh, might call it 8 yards, it looks like. So it's going to be a very solid first down right there. Yeah, I cannot believe they actually just picked Carson back there. You do an old AF Carson back, the guy that when the lights shine the brightest, as the saying goes, the lights were brighter than expected. Right, as the classic joke goes, good old Jared Allen, the legend. Ball is snapped. They throw it. It's caught by Deion Kane at the 15-yard line, out of bounds. I mean, yeah, we saw this in 2022. Quarterbacks didn't get taken long, and that was also viewed as a bad quarterback class. Even last year was viewed as literally just Shador and Cam, and then Shador fell like crazy and ended up just being Cam forever. Like I said, Ty Simpson was not a first-round pick quarterback. The whole thing with Ty Simpson was he was so clearly the second-best quarterback that it was like somebody was going to reach for him because he shouldn't have been a first-round pick, but somebody's going to reach for him because, like, Carson Beck is your third-best quarterback. It's like, it was like Gary Nussmeier a couple of them still. They hand it off. It's about a 3-yard gain on the ground. It's going to be about 2nd and 6, 2nd and 7 from the 11-yard line. Are they still waiting for Rodgers? They're going to draft another 5th-round quarterback, I bet. They're going to draft like another 5th-round quarterback and be like, yeah, this is our guy. It's like, okay, what? Carson Beck. Oh, my God. I can't believe they drafted him. Dude, what? You draft Jeremiah Love just to then draft a quarterback 2 rounds later. That's your... What the hell? Ball is snapped. They hand it off, get inside, and they end up getting about 1.5 yards. It's going to be about 3rd and 7 now. They didn't give him a too generous of a spot last time, so it's going to be about 3rd and 7 here. Now they're giving him 1. 3rd and 6. I mean, in theory, it should be. You know, if Lenore Sellers can look back into his peak form from a couple years ago, Arch, if he can, you know, get going and all that, you've got a couple guys that could definitely be someone, you know, really solid this upcoming year. And that's just speaking on quarterbacks, but we'll have to wait and see about them. 34 seconds left in the half, by the way, for the Birmingham Stallions to do something. Really want a touchdown here. A field goal is not going to kill you. Granted, your Carlson might honestly miss a kick here, but we'll see what ends up happening. You do not want to be put in a position to kick the ball because your kickers, both Carlson and Garbre, have not been good. So we'll see if they have to kick it. You know, we'll see. 49% Birmingham score. That's a very generous scoring prediction. I'm not going to lie by Fox. They're being very generous saying 49%. Because it's really, do you get this play? Because if not, you're not scoring. Then Carson's going to miss the kick. 3rd and 6. 3 receivers line up to the left. 0 timeouts left for the Stallions. They cannot challenge for the rest of this half. Ball is snapped. DTR looks to the left. Quick throws over the middle. It is caught by Mickens. And Mickens gets redemption for the fumble. Ooh, almost redemption. He's down at the literal half-yard line. They don't have to go super quick. Honestly, you don't want to go too quick here. Let's see if they can get something here. Are they going to spike it? I wouldn't. I just literally do a QB sneak here. There's no point not to. And they do spike it. 26 seconds left for the Stallions to try and score a touchdown here. Crazy the Stallions should have lost to the Kings. Really should have been... I mean... You're not wrong, you know, like, you know, it is what it is. The final score is the final score, but it is pretty quick. Well, I mean, like, It's hard to say that because, like, they really did lose in such a weird way against the Battlehawks. Like, in many ways, I would say they should have won that game, but should have lost the Kings game. So I still think they should be 1-3. But they just, the win they have isn't the one I would have expected. Throw over to the right. It is caught by Jordan Thomas for the touchdown. It is 21-12 DC over Birmingham. Birmingham, in theory, goes for 2 here. I think they should just go for 2 here. Maybe they go for 1. I wouldn't go for 2. I think it's the right call. We'll see. But touchdown, Jordan Thomas, DTR with another passing touchdown on the night. Good solid play right there. Just saw a quick throw. A little bit low, but still a very solid throw. Jordan Thomas going to catch it every time. Great tight end right there. Just open IG and saw it's Tiffy. Yeah, Tiffy won the belt. Gotta love it. They were going to put that in WrestleMania. Decided not to. Decided to, you know, I get it, though. You know, you didn't want it to be in the way of all the advertisements, so I get it. But, hey. They're going to kick this. I mean, I get it. It's still early, but at the same token, like, if he misses this, that's really bad. Kick is up, and he makes it. Got to clap for that. Birmingham Stallions kicker making a kick this year is pretty shocking, so we'll give him a clap for that. Crazy, because they had Brandon Aubrey and Harrison Mevis, but, hey, it is what it is. So it is 21-13. In theory, DC is probably, barring an insane return, they're probably just going to kneel the ball and go to half. Amani Bledsoe. The fact they also got him is crazy. That's such a robbery. No, the robbery was the Renegades, but the Storm still won that trade easily. I still stand by it. Again, you know, maybe they win this game, the Stallions, and then it's a bit different, but yeah. So let's see. Again, hopefully if you get a really good kickoff coverage here, you can force DC to kneel the ball and head to half. That's what you really want to see. You do not want to see DC doing, you know, some insane return. They get to score a field goal or something. We'll see. Body armor. They went from Gatorade to body armor, bro. You never see these body armor towels anywhere. New posts. Weird little kickoff right there by Birmingham. I don't know what the hell that was, but not looking good for him. Let's see. Okay, Celtics have the 4-point lead. Lakers are still winning. It is still 2-2 in the Habs Lightning game. Has some little score updates real quick. I know he made a kick is unbelievable. It's true. Let's see what the foul is going to be here. Okay, so DC gets the ball to 40. That's a bad kickoff right there. So as soon as they do a good kick, they immediately do a bad one. Now if you're DC, you got a timeout. Easily can get into field goal range. 4-point field goal is like that. You only need to make like literally 15 yards here. You get 15 yards, you're in range. Crazy, but we'll see. Yeah, choking against Harrison for us is crazy. So now if you're DC, you go for this. If you kneel, like, might as well pack your bags in this game. Like, you go for this here. This is a Matt McCrane territory here. You only need to get, again, 15 yards. That's literally 2 plays, if that. With a timeout and the clock stopping at first downs, oh my god. Oh my god. Just can't throw an interception. Watch him go for a deep shot. Oh my god. Watch him go for like a deep shot on the right side of the field. Oh my god. That'd be crazy. AJ not happy. AJ mad. Let's see what DC does here. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Running back to his left as well. Ball is snapped. Throws it. Oh my god, he's throwing it deep. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's caught at the 20. Oh my god, it's caught at the 20. Oh, it's crazy. Remember, the clock doesn't start moving until you're able to, like, you know, the ball is placed and all that. So they could just spike this here and still have 15 seconds left. Oh my god, they literally only lose 1 second. They got 16 seconds left. They're at the 18-yard line. Oh my god. That's, you know, hopefully that's true, Ozzy, but that feels like a bit of copium, because also Siski is the OC, and he's supposed to be the experienced guy in the room, and he's not doing a good job. I think that's the biggest issue is AJ went with the, the friend hire instead of like the, hey, get somebody that really is going to do a good job here. Because I think, again, that's the one thing benefiting Ted Ginn is that he got a Todd Haley guy to be his OC, and that's a really helpful thing. Even though, yes, there's question about Winnie last coach, Glenn Logan, same thing for Chris Redmond. That's the only issue with AJ that I really had at the beginning was who he decided to bring as his OC. Tiamo throws the corner shot. It's going to be incomplete. Just threw it away. 11 seconds left. You still got time to do one more end zone shot. So we'll see if they go for it. To Gerard Mayo. Oh, my God. I don't know if you do one end zone shot here, and that's probably it. Just do one quick one. If you don't get it, you don't get it. If you get it, hey, big touchdown. It's looking bad, but we'll see. Jordan Tiamo, 8 of 12 for 175, 2 DDs, 0 interceptions. Again, it's like the opposite of Austin Reed. He's like getting better every single week. Again, we'll see what Reed does after, not having to play 3 games in 11 days. Ball is snapped. Tiamo's pressured. Throws it. He's just got to throw it away. Good, correct decision. Now they're going to be able to kick this ball. And in theory, this should make it a 24-13 game. I will say that is already, I think, all the points I predicted they were going to score in this game, which is not what I like to see. Let's see. 2 scores. Ooh, man, if they kicked this field goal, they scored more than I expected. But that's fine. Let's see. Don't explode. Had bad luck in the last stream. Kick is up. It is. Oh, it's no good. He missed it. Okay, now that's bad. McCrane is having his worst game of the season so far. That is a second missed kick for him. Big break for the Birmingham Stallions right there. It remains 21-13. That's a huge break for the Stallions right there. Big luck for them. I mean, that was literally a PAT right there. That was a PAT kick, and he missed it. Wow, a UFL fan admitting something that's crazy. Yeah. It's a bad miss. 36 yards. That's 3 yards longer than a PAT. Not a fan of that. What's up, Rick? Hey, hope you have a good time at the AEW event next month, right? It's next month, I think it is. I hope you have a great time that one, man. It's been a minute since I've been doing an AEW event. I don't know where I looked this up. ESPN draft picks by round, double or not then. Carson, he was the first pick in the 3rd round. Oh my God, it's even worse, bro. I'd rather him be like the last pick in the 2nd. Oh my God. Carson, back row. Oh my God. Deshaun Stribling, TJ Parker, Christian Miller, Jacob Rodriguez. Oh, we are a bit farther. Okay, I'm not too upset about that. A tight end, honestly, it's not a terrible pick for the Rams. It's okay. It is what it is. Not like terrible, but overall rank. What? Who do they have as number 1 overall rank player? They didn't have April Reese. They have Reese. What the fuck? Oh, I forgot he got picked out the Cardinals. Okay, so I guess now that we're at halftime, I don't know. I kind of want to make fun of Arsenal some more. The fact they're actually gonna bottle this league is hilarious. Tomorrow at 12:30. Damn, I might have to watch that game. Oh, it's on Peacock. Never mind. I'm not watching that game. Who and when does Man City play? Oh, they play. Uh-oh. They won. They won. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sup, Marvin? I see you for a little bit. Hopefully you had a good day at work and get off soon. Have a good time back home. Isn't Jordan supposed to be throwing interceptor? Yeah, shockingly, he hasn't yet. I mean, he's looking like really good this time right now. When does Tottenham play? Oh, okay. TV, it's on USA. Oh, I might be watching that. Oh, come on, Wolves. Wolves, it would be so funny. Aren't they also in the dregs of it? Oh my god, dude. If they pull off that win, if they drag Tottenham down with them, oh my god. Oh my god, dude. And Everton plays at the same time. Oh, dude. Tomorrow will be such a fun Premier League day. Yeah, dude. DTR is looking pretty decent. He had, like, he had a couple bad sacks he took, but outside is looking pretty good. Dude, tomorrow at 10 o'clock can be a fun Premier League time, dude. If West Ham ends up beating Everton and then Tottenham loses to Wolves, oh my goodness. That would almost be like guaranteed relegation, which is what I'm hoping for. I hope they get relegated. It'd be so funny. Especially if Leicester City is falling again. If they're falling, which they have, then hey, F it, bro. I want to see the world burn at that point. Serie A, it's fully over. Milan, wow. Milan really fell off hard. Oh my god. Okay. How's my boy Luca doing? Not seeing any news, so it's not good or bad. Doesn't look as subpar as usual. I mean, hey, it helps you have a dual threat quarterback. It's like this thing we've talked about in the past. When you have a dual threat quarterback, it helps out your running back because now the defense is sort of keying on that guy as well. Even if you have one defender thinking in the back of their mind, hey, I got to watch for the quarterback, it makes it that much easier for the running back to do a good play. That's the one issue to why, like, with a Matt Corral type of quarterback, where it's like you're not really afraid of it, even if a guy is, sneaky athletic, first one in, last one out kind of guy, the kind of guy you let date your daughter, right? When you see that kind of player, right, you're not worried about him running, even if he can get rushing yards. Like, you'll see quarterbacks that aren't mobile but still get rushing yards because they run here and there. But, like, a Matt Corral is not somebody that you're like, oh, no, he's running the football. But DTR, you are, and that helps the running backs out a lot. So, that's a big part of that. I was about to look up La Liga. I do not care. Madrid lost. Madrid's terrible this year. The dictator needs to go, bro. Literally, okay, I'm not going to make that joke. But, yeah. Agent needs to be harder on the team. Got to be more disciplined. Not sure. Is the attitude necessary coach at this age? That's the toughest one, is the respect aspect. Because at the same token, it's like people joke about Luis Perez. Like, dude, so many of these guys literally played against him and with him. And it's not like he was the most respected guy as a player either. Like, with Luis Perez, I feel like he could literally go to Teamu as a coach and say, hey, do this. And Teamu would be like, I got you. I don't see AJ having that kind of pull. You know what I mean? Like, when it comes to being respected as a player, like, Perez is clearly respected by the overall spring football group. AJ, it's not like he's disrespected, but he's not respected to, like, that level. So that's, I think, part of what hurts him. I haven't even heard that rumor, honestly. I did see the trailer for Clayface, and I thought it was a pretty decent trailer, honestly. I hope that ends up being a good movie, because it's one of those, like, really weird ones where it's, like, a Clayface movie. But, I mean, hey, it's the same thing with the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. So I hope it ends up being good. That's the one I saw, but yeah. Kylian Mbappe got hurt. Man, honestly, that might be good for Madrid. We might actually win our last few games of the year since we started losing as soon as he came back. Oh, we still have a Clasico? Oh, God. We have a Clasico. Oh, dude, that's terrible. Dude, how do we draw to Real Betis? That's terrible. That's 3. That's 9. That's 15. We technically can get 15 points. That puts us at 99 or 89. So that means, wow. We're cooked. They literally have to lose damn near every one of their games. That's not happening. A Champions League. Oh, when is the Harem Ball matchup? When is Atletico versus Arsenal? Okay, next week, Tuesday. Okay, or Wednesday. Okay, that's gonna be 2 outstanding games of 0-0 soccer right there. Oh my God, it's gonna be great. Kylian Mbappe, that damn group stage merchant right there. Let's see the scores, the NHL game. Are we really going to go to another OT game with the Habs Lightning? Are we really going to go to a third straight OT game? Oh, my God. Celtics are going to win. They're up by 6 with 25 seconds left. Lakers, they're blowing it. It's only a 4-point game now. Luke Kennard is having his worst game of the series. Still at double digits, but only at 10. The King is at 17 points. Yeah, Jason Tatum and Brown both have 25. Derek White got 9. Nikola Vucevic. Dude, so many of these guys, I'm just sitting there like, really? They're on these teams now? Unless you're not seeing anything else there. Is there another sport I should be looking up? I guess I'll look up the MLB stat leaders. I literally have not watched like a single game this year. I watched like a little bit of one game, and that was about it. Wow, Jordan is the batting average leader right now. It's actually kind of shocking. And home run leader, not too shocking, honestly. RBIs is, wow. Yeah, he's gonna win the Triple Crown. Second in hits, too. That's actually kind of shocking for him. Quality starts, dude. I want to see starts, dude. Ain't nobody starting any games, dude. Baseball pitching is so worse. I mean, the Lakers are up 2-0 against the Rockets right now, and I mean, they're still up in this game by 4. I mean, they literally could end up pulling off the, like, considering it would be a sweep, they could pull off an insane upset by pulling a sweep. I mean, it's possible. But we'll see. Let's see what else is there. Some Shannon Harris stuff. Okay, nothing else, okay. But yeah, game is about to start back up again. So one thing that's great about not having halftime shows anymore is that the halftimes for the UFL like literally like 5-10 minutes. It's like 2 commercial breaks, then back in the game. Like I'm pretty sure halftime literally started like at 9:35 and it's 9:44 now. I didn't even watch that. I watched like a few innings of I think like a random Yankees game and that was about it. I did hear that game was pretty bad. Like Netflixified it like they usually do and made it like more about the Netflix instead of actual game, but I just didn't see it. That tea a lot in today. Speaking of baseball, showing Ohtani on the screen. And we're still in commercial break. Never mind. I gave him a little too much credit too early on. Let's see. Picks by round. Have we seen another quarterback pick it yet? Overall rank. 113 was his overall rank. Oh my god. And they get him picked at 65. It's terrible. Man, this is such a mid-draft. I'm literally looking at all these picks and I'm just like, dude, who are these guys? Yeah, and wasn't the Steelers trying to get Mekhi Lemon and they ended up getting, like, just robbed by it at the end? That was pretty funny. Okay, so that's about it. Yep, on the clock. Saints are on the clock. Okay. Notifications. What's trending right now? Still Carson Beck and Kyrie. That's hilarious. The Giants are traded again back into the draft. That's pretty crazy. You know, that's not the worst looking offense in the world, minus the quarterback. Trey McBride, Michael Wilson. Well, Marvin Harrison Jr. is still quite. No, that's never mind. I'm literally trying to gaslight myself and act like that's not a god awful pick. Let's see. So like, I bet half of all those players could be playing in the UFL, especially in this draft, dude. Yeah, I mean, dude, even like a third of the first round picks might. Okay, that's a bit much, but you know what I mean. But we'll see. That's quarterback man is so weird ones. I still can't believe Carson Beck got picked by the Cardinals. Yeah, the Cardinals are having a draft of all time. I agree. This is looking like a bad draft for him. Oh, that's what I wanted to check. I want to check who the Raiders drafted. I have not paid attention to the Raiders outside of Mendoza, obviously, because I feel like that's right. They didn't even have another pick in the first round. I mean, I'm not against that. Second round, let's see. Trade in Stooks, safety. How'd they get that pick? Okay, so you're going to tell me it's a trade, but not tell me what the trade is. Thanks, ESPN. I thought you were supposed to be the best at sports. Safety, though, that's not bad. And you, so far in this round, picked Kenyon Crawford, an edge rusher. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Maybe this is the Raiders year. This is the year they're not going to be ass. Trust me, guys. You know, it wasn't last year. It wasn't the year before. This is the year they're going to be good. Trust me this time. Yeah, AJ, you better get this W. If you don't, it's looking bad for you. Made his credit 18,000 last time. Dude, wait, where are the banners? Did they not even show the banners anymore? Or am I just blind? Let's see what Birmingham does. Kickoff is up. Birmingham does get the ball. We'll see if they can score and tie this game up. It is recovered initially at the 10-yard line. It's bobbled up to the 15, the 20, and it gets to the 25 and the 30. Even with the bobble losing time, he still ended up getting a pretty decent return up to about the 28-yard line. Pretty solid return for him, especially with that bobble. I'm not seeing the banners. They might be on one of those weird ones, but they used to have it be on the top of the second sort of area of the bleachers. Would be kind of shocked they didn't have them at all. I mean, they should have 3 banners up there, 3-time champions. But, hey. I mean, DC has their banner. Little banner. Dude, I remember, like, trying to figure out where it was, and then had to, like, step on, like, the front of the booth to, like, take pictures. So weird. First and 10 for the Birmingham Stallions. 3 receivers to the right. Ball is snapped. They hand it off. Cuts inside. DTR with the block, and he gets the 50 out of bounds. Ooh, and he trips over the bleacher on the bench. The main thing with the MLB players is because when you're a high-end player, you make a ton of money. Like, again, Kyle Tucker got like 40 million or 60 million a year, like something really stupid that he did not deserve. Like, he should have gotten paid like half of what he got paid. And that's a big issue because the high-end players want it. Because the bottom line is, like, MLB is terrible for a pay scale. Like, there's no real minimum salary. Like, if you're a cheap player, you get paid nothing. Ball is snapped. They fake the pitch. DTR looks. He throws it deep to the left. Oh, it looks like it's out of bounds throw. Yep, 2nd and 10. Oh, there. What the? Phox. Rare Phox Mega L. Deep pass was caught, but it wasn't shown on camera. But it was caught for about a 45-yard reception. Beautiful catch on a former first-round corner at the literal, like, 8-yard line, and Phox didn't catch it on film. Crazy. But beautiful catch. Look at that. Great throw by DTR as well. Yeah, MLB players, they just want to have the most money because if you add a salary cap, you're not going to see those super high deals. They fake the handoff. DTR rolls out to his left, and he goes for the end zone. It's going to be out of bounds at the half-yard line, it looks like. But it's also because, like, deferred contracts. Like, there's a lot of really, like, intriguing stuff you can do with MLB contracts because there's no salary cap. Like, I don't think you could do an Ohtani defer, like, $200 million in, like, 10 years. So, yeah. It's kind of a weird thing, but yeah. I agree the NFL never win any championship. They might try it in the UFL or to make their money. If the UFL lasts a long time, I low-key could see that. Like, low-key in the far, far future. I wouldn't be shocked, but we'll see. Dude, the fact that Notre Dame had 2 first-round running backs is crazy. They hand off the ball, and it's going to be... They're calling it a touchdown. Birmingham has scored. If they get a 2-point conversion, it'll be a tie game. I can't give him a 9 out of 10 yet. I'd probably be around a 7 out of 10. No, probably 7.5 out of 10. Even then, I might be high. 7.5 is probably where I'd be right now, just because there were a couple of bad sacks that he took. But if he doesn't have any of those for the rest of the game, I probably would see myself giving him an 8 to an 8.5 out of 10, maybe even a 9 out of 10. That was a beautiful throw. This 2-point conversion is a big deal. If he can make a good play here to tie it up, that's probably going to boost it up to an 8.0 for me for right now. Because remember, he still does have that 1 interception. Like, he still has a few bad plays. Not like he has a lot of them, but he still has a couple of them. But at the same time, this is a great QB battle, so it's a close one. This is for the tie game. In shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ball is snapped. Quick throws to the right. It is incomplete. Tried to do a little jump ball. It was incomplete. $34 new points. Or new points. Yeah, points, bro. Or are you being dead ass with this? Okay, Sammy. That trade did help them. I mean, hey, it's not looking bad. It's like I said, the thing with it is that DTR was overall the highest potential overall player. It's just a matter of like where your team is. Like getting a DTR for him, for Corral and Bledsoe, it felt like it still feels like the Storm won that trade because as long as Bledsoe plays decently well, you have a great backup quarterback that fits your team much better. But yeah, rare Fox L. That was crazy that they didn't even show it. I think they thought he threw it out of bounds and they just were like trying to find the ball and they didn't realize that he caught it. That he actually threw a great pass. But yeah, really weird. But Arizona Cardinals, dude. I just opened my phone. I see notification ESPN. The Cardinals drafted Carson back. Oh god, dude, all the Sid the Sloth memes are gonna come out. They're gonna hit like crack, bro, when the season starts and he's playing. Dude, if he's in the preseason and he throws one interception, oh my god, be ready, bro. The amount of slander Mr. Ghetto Ronk is gonna hand to him, unless he's banned again, is gonna be insane. But we'll see. Oh, what's this? Random stuff there. The Savannah Bananas. Classic, bro. The bananas. McCloyd, Bethel Thompson, dude. I hate seeing those save stuff, but let's see what happens. New notifications, new posts. Not showing the catches like LFA Mexico moment, like have American investors. American investors, love it. That's a poll right there. I keep forgetting that even exists. GG's in the chat section. Yeah, good old almost tie game now. Recovered at the 5, up to the 10, the 15, the 20, the 25, the 30. GG's to my game prediction being perfect for this one. I definitely ain't going 3 for 3. If they score, I mean, they have to be like one field goal. I think I'm correct. Good. If there's more than one field goal scored, I lose. At least for that one. That's a crazy stat line for Tamu. 8 of 13 for 175 and 2 TDs, 0 interceptions is crazy work. Let's see, in shotgun. 2 receivers to the left. Ball is snapped. They hand it off. Cuts to the right. Ends up getting about 3 yards on the play. Maybe give him 4. We'll see exactly what they do, but about 3-yard gain. Yeah, the trade's definitely working pretty well, especially considering that he's, brand new to this team. It's a double-edged sword, because on one hand, he's brand new to this team, so he doesn't have a full grasp of the playbook, which is good. On the other hand, he's going to have a lot of film on him for next week. So it's going to be very interesting to see how he does next week. If he also plays really well next week, then damn, this is a really good trade for them. So we'll see. But as of right now, it's looking pretty good for sure. 2nd and 6, in shotgun, 3 receivers to the left for Jordan Tamu. Ball is snapped. Fake the handoff, quick throws, little screen to Ty Scott, and he ends up getting about 1.5 yards out of bounds. Getting about 3rd and 4, maybe 3rd and 5. So Birmingham has a shot to get the ball back pretty quickly here. Force a nice little 3 and out. We'll see if they can get it though. 12 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Time's ticking. Some of the teams might find a way to stop DTR. Hey, but for this game, it's looking pretty good. But yeah, we'll see how next week goes once you have the film on him. But like I said, he also have time with the playbook. Tamu gets the ball. He throws it over the middle. It is caught for the 1st down, and he's going to stay down at about the 48-yard line by Cornell Powell. Great play right there. Tamu was about to take the sack, threw it right at the right time to a wide-open Powell for the 1st down. Great play right there. A little bit behind him, but still good enough for him to catch it. Overall, very solid. First and 10 now for the DC defenders. Under center and ball snap. They fake the handoff. Teamu's rolling out. He's got to throw this ball away, and he does. Very risky play for him, but he was able to get the ball away. So it is going to be 2nd and 10 for the Birmingham or for the DC defenders. Definitely a sketchy one, but they were able to get it overall. You know, better to... Yeah, I mean, Deion Jackson got blown up, man. He got beat. He was able to push him to the outside, right? You know, he pushed him outside, but it wasn't a great block. Second and 10 now. A little... it's going to be about 10.5 minutes left when this ball gets snapped. Maybe a little bit less. Both teams have not used their challenge yet, so they still do have that. Just an FYI. DC still can punt. They have not crossed the 50 yet. Ball is snapped. They fake the handoff. Teamu throws to the right. It is a bit high, but it is caught, and it's going to be down about half a yard shy of the first down marker unless they have a really generous spot. So they are past the 50 now. It's either going to be 3rd and literally half a yard, or it's going to be first down. Calling it 3rd and 1. Let's see. It's caught there. Adam is the state guy, like Frank. 3rd and 1 now. Obviously, this is 4-down territory. You're not really close enough to go for it. I mean, you technically could kick the field goal, but Matt Crane's not having a great day. Probably just going to go for this quick little run. Shock they do inside shotgun. They hand off to Jackson. Does get the first down and then some. He gets all the way to about the 36-yard line, so it's a nice first down play for the DC defenders. And while we're in there, let's see. Are we going to overtime again in the Lightning game? Yes, we are. For the 3rd straight time. Celtics did end up winning. Lakers are currently up with 1 quarter left. We could be seeing a generational choke job by the Rockets, despite never having a real lead. In shotgun, 1st and 10 by the DC defenders. Ball is snapped. They fake the handoff. Teamu's pressured, and he goes down. That's a sack you can't take. I mean, he's not going to really lose a lot of yards there. He's going to lose maybe half a yard, but you can't take that one. Yeah, Adam's been having those stats for a long time. I can vouch for him. He's had those stats forever. He's been doing it since the beginning of this era of spring football. Yeah, he definitely took a little bit too long to do that, but it is what it is. Spell check meant stat. 2nd and 10 for the defenders. A little under 8.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the far left. 3 seconds left. Ball is snapped. Teamu looks. Throws it deep. He's an end zone shot. He's got a wide open man. Caught touchdown. Ty Scott with the touchdown. Puts up the deuces. He punts the ball into the end zone. He missed, bro. I don't even think there's a net there. I think he just punted it straight up, but it's a touchdown. 27-19, another high-scoring game. We're just seeing a ton of these this year, which we didn't really see this many. So we're seeing the rules start to have a big effect. So huge play. Again, he just burnt his man, bro. Look at that. Ooh, safety got bit. That's bad beat. That's a bad beat right there. Great throw by Teamu. Great celebration. Good thing he didn't do that at a Pokemon tournament. If he did that, bro, they would have literally killed him on the spot. That would have been insane. Let's see if they can make this extra point, make it a 28-19 game. It is good. So it is still technically a one-score game. Obviously, touchdown and three-point conversion. So it is still a one-score game, but it's a tough one-score game. DC up 28 to Birmingham 19 with 8 minutes left in the third quarter. Beautiful throw. It was such a literally perfect throw. You really couldn't even ask for anything better. He was caught in stride right there. Beautiful throw. W Glaze. Let's see. Any updates on, let's see, the draft. I don't think there's any quarterbacks. Uh-oh. Drew Aller got taken. Of course the Steelers took him. Of course they did. Why wouldn't they take him? So that's their quarterback. Even though they just drafted Will Howard, they got another quarterback, and it's Drew Aller. Another guy that should have been a first-round pick had you asked people about 2 years ago and just... He's like, fell off that cliff, bro. But hey, still got drafted someone high. Oh, no, Tree ain't happy. Let's go. One of those sounds like a good offense. The defense can't get a stop. Honestly, this is true. I mean, hey, did put up like 30 against the Battlehawks. Yes, one of those touchdowns was off a pick six and like turnovers helped, but still. Oh, you don't know what I'm talking about, Formath? Oh, God. If you look up Firestar, I don't remember the number. It's like Firestar 73 or 93. You'll see what I'm talking about. He won a regional tournament, and they literally nixed his win and then doubled down on it because of excessive celebration. If you see the clip, bro literally did nothing, and they gave him an excessive celebration. Oh, my God. It's terrible. Handed him a game loss, which, again, is a tournament loss because of when it happened. And then doubled down on it. It was insane. Drew Allen, that's crazy. Again, not as bad as, what's his face, Carson Beck, but that's still pretty bad. Steelers really drafted another quarterback just for Aaron Rodgers to come back anyway. Good old Aaron Rodgers. I still can't believe they hired Mike McCarthy. You had all these guys you could have picked as your coach, and you picked Mike McCarthy in the Big 26. Terrible. Like, dude, you're the Steelers. You're the one team where you could literally hire a complete nobody, and nobody would be like, oh, that's a bad pick because it's what you've always done, and instead you go for Mike McCarthy. Like, he's a hometown guy, but, bro, as soon as this season ends, and they're 9-8, oh, my God. Yeah, that's pretty crazy that in like literally those two plays, he has almost more yards than the rest of the season combined. Look at that Jason Bean sighting on the sideline. Look at that. Kickoff is up. It is going to be recovered initially at the 3. Dude, Matt McCrane is doing good in kickoffs. His actual field goal kicking not great, but he's making some good kicks right there. Up to the 25, the 30, and he's down at the 33-yard line. Again, coverage wasn't perfect, but he's doing some deep kicks. Sup, G-Man? I see you here. Man, this is a pretty good game. Actual, like, high-scoring game. Birmingham Stallions offense not being terrible? Oh, my God. It's crazy, but it actually is looking competent with DTR. Doc Rivers, I wouldn't say that. Doc Rivers is, like, legitimately, like... Mike Tomlin is a better comp because they both do worse the better the team, and they do better the worse the team. Like, if you give Doc Rivers and Mike Tomlin actual terrible teams, they will drag them to the playoffs. But if you give them a literal championship team, they will drag them straight back down. It's crazy. Ball is snapped. DTR throws it to the left. And it is beautiful catch at the 50-yard line by Deion Kane. That's a great grab. A bit slow to get out, but a beautiful catch nonetheless. I gotta see the replay. They're showing the replay. This is a great catch. No, great catch. Beautiful catch. Lily caught it right, just brought it right to his helmet. You can't get much better than that. 1st and 10 for the Birmingham Stallions at the 50. They're technically not beyond the 50, so they still could punt in theory if they literally go 3 straight plays with 0 gain. But let's see. Ball is snapped. They fake the handoff. Quick throw, and it is intercepted! It gets tipped again! It's just DTR versus one man. He does drag him down. DTR does get the tackle, but it's an interception recovered all the way to about the 20-yard line. There is a flag. This could be offsides. This could be a horse collar tackle. Let's see. Again, that's another time DTR has been caught with that. He got caught earlier, and that happened in an earlier interception. He's getting caught in those quick throws right there. After the play. Unsportsmanlike. So big break for Birmingham there. They're going to, it's not as bad a return, but still. DTR got caught again with that one. Oh my God, that's such a beautiful play by Gary and Conley. He literally got a great hand on it, caught the ball himself. Props to DTR for getting that tackle. That's a great tackle by DTR, because if your defense does get any sort of stop, you got to give DTR a ton of credit for it. For the actual, because that's a great tackle right there. And if you're a Conley man, he got beat by a quarterback. It's literally the exact score you predicted for the Kings Renegades. Dude, oh my god, it is. 28-19. Wow, that's actually pretty crazy. I did not realize that. That is actually pretty crazy. In response to the goose egg last week, honestly, yeah. DTR, man, has gotten caught twice on those little plays. 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Showing AJ in the sideline. To think that dude was on the Battlehawks 2 years ago getting beat by the Brahmas in the playoff game. They run it to the right. It's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be like a 4-yard loss, so a big first play for the Stallions defense. Once his helmet comes off, honestly, maybe. That's pretty crazy, but he has done that both times now. But dude, imagine telling somebody back then that like that game against the Brahmas was literally going to be the last time Adrian McCarron actually played football. Like, could you imagine telling somebody that? Like, they'd be like, no way, bro. That's crazy, but A, it is. 2nd and 12 now for the DC defenders. For hitting too hard. Yeah, try to be Mel Blount in today's time. Oh, God, you'd be cooked, bro. Ball is snapped. They fake the handoff. Talma gets pressured. He evades the sack. Rolls to the right. And he's going to just throw it away. Pretty, what are you doing? I don't know what she's just having a good time down there, I guess. Stallions are now selling Stanley the Stallions plushies. Bro, I got the Panther plushie still. 3rd and 12. In field goal range, but McCrane hasn't been great. Talma throws it over the middle. It is caught, but it's only going to be about a 4-yard gain right there for the DC defenders. So they're going to be forced to kick it here. So the Stallions defense does do their job. They force the 3 and out, force him to kick a field goal. And again, McCrane has not been perfect in this game. So if he misses this one, big break. It's still a 1-score game. If he makes it, it's a bit tougher, but it's still not the end of the world. So again, overall good play right there by the Birmingham defense. A 47-yard kick, missed a 36 and a 62-yarder so far. Kick is up, and it is good. Yep, it is good. So it's 31-19, DC over Birmingham. With about 20 minutes left in the game overall. And let's see, what is new with the draft? Oh my god, not this clip, bro. Dude, that's great. Jacoby Lane, that's honestly one I'm kind of shocked that fell that far. The communications department just reposted the inactives for tonight's game. For a split second, I thought they just genuinely posted that, and I was about to freak out on how bad that is. Is the 2023 Patriots? Oh my god. Never seen Dragon Ball. It's crazy. Crazy quote right there. Game feels like Goku going easy on a friend in a fight. I've never seen Dragon Ball. I have not kept up with the exact trades. What was the exact trade? Are you talking about the Makai Lemon trade? Because, yeah, that was hilarious. I'm pretty sure the Steelers were literally calling him or something, and they ended up, like, being like... And they stole him right from him. Yeah, McCrane has to feel really... Dude, especially... Yeah, I mean, dude, if he missed that kick, too, oh my god. He would have had to miss a 50-yarder, then he would have missed it from 4 different, you know, groups of 10. Speaking of groups of 10, even though this has nothing to do with it, the Lakers are still winning. Yes, sir. Let's go, Lakers. Come on, it'd be so funny. Oh, the Canadians win again. Lane Hudson with the OT winning goal. Is that what I'm seeing? The Canadians win. Pretty is lying down under a table right now in her little safe space. If she comes out, I will bring her on. But I don't want to grab her from there and be mean to her. She's just kind of vibing right now. All access defenders. Man, where are my interviews with the players while they're on the field? Where was my interviews with the defensive coordinator as their team is getting cooked in the red zone? Where's my talk of gambling on my broadcast? God, ESPN. I'm going to cut down a little bit still. I vaguely remember that team in the playoffs. I vaguely do. I know that was a couple years ago. I don't remember if I watched the West that heavy that year. But I do vaguely remember them having that a decent, something really weird. Even them making it was like kind of like a whoa. Because that team has come out somewhat disintegrated. Like, dude, when you look at that core a few years ago, that core was good. Like, Brock Besser, Quinn Hughes, JT Miller before he hated the team or something like that. And a bunch of other guys, Elias Pettersson. I don't even know what Pettersson is doing now. Return is up to the 40, the 45, the 50. He's out of bounds about the 50-yard line. Dude, that team used to be like a legit like paper champion type team, and then they were not a paper champion type team. Let's see. Oh, my glories, bro. Pettersson didn't even have 60 points this year. That's crazy. It's actually crazy, bro. I wonder how far his Cup RPA has fallen. 1st and 10 for the Birmingham Stallions. 3 receivers to the right. Ball is snapped. DTR gets pressured and he gets taken down. That one was on the O-line. That's not on DTR. He literally, like, that was pressured. That's not on him. Let's see, selling. Let's see, in shotgun. Ball is snapped. They fake the handoff. Quick little screen pass. Makes a nice spin move, but then falls down. It's only about a 2-yard gain for them. It's going to be about 3rd and 16. Not what you want to see right there for them. Third and 15 now. Wow, give him a decent spot there. In shotgun. Ball is snapped. Throws it over the middle. It is caught, and they almost get it. They're going to be able to go for this here. They're going to be down only 2 yards away from the first down marker. Jaden Mickens with a great play right there. Beautiful catch on the run. Got a few extra yards. There's going to be about 3 minutes left when they snap this ball. They should just go for this. They need to score here, and they're at a good position now. That's a great play by him. Let's see over here. In shotgun, they quick throw to the left. Incomplete. I don't even know what was going on there. Even if the lineman didn't get beat bad, Deion Kane was nowhere near where that ball was thrown. Incomplete. There's a turnover on downs. DC gets the ball back. Rough one there for him. 3 of 5 on 3rd downs. Yeah, fell down a little bit there. Not what you want to see. Uh, 25 new posts. Let's see, any new stuff about the draft that I'm seeing that's pretty crazy? Not really. Got about, let's see. I forgot this is the first round we get 36. So we still got about half the draft left, or half the round left for the draft. Okay. You know, again, if St. Louis with Harrison Frost can put up 21 and a quarter, never say never. For all intents and purposes, if DC scores a touchdown here, it's game over. Especially if they get an extra point. If they score a touchdown and an extra point, it's game over. Because technically, if you only score the touchdown, it's still only a 2-score game. And if you score 2 and even kick an extra point, it's pretty much game over at that point. You should, in theory, be able to eat up 3 minutes relatively easily on this drive. If you're up, by 19 heading into the fourth, it's pretty much over. So this is DC's shot to end the game here. We'll see if they can pull it off, but in theory, they should be able to end this game here on this drive. If you're Birmingham, you better stop them. You better stop them. They're showing next week's Friday night game. Yep, next Friday, Houston-Columbus. That game could actually look to be a pretty dang good game, depending how this week goes. Like, to casual fans, obviously. Because, to the sickos, we're going to watch it anyway. But to, the hardcore UFL fans, we know this is going to be a better game than it looks like. But, yeah. Indy 500's a full month away now. It's pretty crazy. I'm showing this replay again here. 3 guys. Yeah, 3 versus 2. How do you lose this? Let's see the replay. Okay, so just gets beat immediately. Yeah, he didn't. That didn't even matter. Like, DTR just threw it, and clearly him and Kane weren't on the same page because they were not in sync at all. Tyler Siskey, bro. He thinks he's Joe Brady, or doing that. Or no, it wasn't Joe Brady. Whoever did the thing. They rush up to the left. Valade gets free 40, the 35, the 30, and he goes down about the 23-yard line. Great rush by Valade right there. DC is going to get the ball almost in the red zone immediately. That's about a 35-yard rush to start this drive off for DC. Look at that. He cuts inside, breaks free, gets past the first 2 guys that were on him. Just great play right there. Ball is snapped. They rush it up to the left, and they get about 4 yards on the carry right there. Yeah, 37-yard rush, and they end up getting about another 3-4 yards right there. Second down now. It's going to be about 2.5 minutes left. Should try to eat up a bit more clock, honestly, not going to lie. Especially right now, just, eat up a bit more clock. You don't got to hold the ball forever. I wouldn't snap this with more than 10 seconds left in the play clock. But it looks like they're going to be a bit quick here. Yes, I know there's a running clock, but still. Ball snap, they hand it off, cuts to the right. And they end up getting about another 2.5-yard gain right there. About a 3rd and 4 now for the DC defenders. Again, if you hold them to a field goal, it's not the worst thing in the world. It still remains a 2-score game. You just can't let them get the touchdown. So if you can stop them here, it sucks. It's going to make it a lot harder to make this comeback, but it's still doable. If you allow the touchdown, it's pretty much game over. So let's see. 3rd and 4 in shotgun. Ball is snapped. Teamu looks, gets pressured. He's going to try to rush for it, and he gets the first down and then some. He hurdles, and he's down at about the 2-yard line. He hurdled the man, and he ended up falling down. He's down at the 2-yard line. DC is able to score a touchdown here if they can just get one little rush in the middle. Crazy. It did look that way in the first half, too. Again, it's just those key mistakes that the Stallions are making, whether it be bad penalties at untimely times or just, again, when it happens twice, you have to start asking questions. Twice DTR tried to throw a quick little screen check down type of play and it got beat twice. Really 3, one of them didn't get the interception. That's the worst part. Touchdown DC. It is 37-19. If you're Birmingham, somehow, some way, you got to block this kick. If they make this field goal, this PAT, it is officially a 3-score game. At the moment, it is still technically a 2-score game. But if they make the extra point, it's a 3-score game. Yes, Sector DTR, almost a carbon copy of the first interception. He threw it, it got tipped at the line of scrimmage. Only difference is the guy that tipped it, Gary and Conley, ended up coming down with it. Went down 15 yards, or went down 25 yards, got lucky with a penalty and stuff, and in the end, they held him to a field goal, but still, that was the biggest issue. Then the next drive, you ended up taking a penalty, lost 10 yards, and you were playing from behind. Then a really bad 4th down play, where it was clear that they had no clue, no cohesion. They just completely whiffed the throw to each other. It was bad. Kick is up. It is a 3-score game officially. 19-point game, 3-score game. Look at that hurdle. Almost fully cleared him. Yeah, that 4th down play was really bad if you didn't see it. They were trying to do a quick little screen. They actually had the numbers. It was 2 guys blocking for a receiver against 2 DBs. So they had the numbers for a 2-yard gain, but they just completely whiffed the throw, right? Because like one of the men got completely beat, but the DB was so focused on beating his man, he just kept pushing forward to where it was still a one-on-one in terms of a defender and a guy blocking and then the receiver. But DTR, I guess, either he whiffed the throw or he anticipated that the receiver was supposed to go 2 yards forward. Neither happened. Jason, we would have stayed in Louisville. Oh my God. You're not wrong, Matt. I mean, had he not pulled that Chase Garber's ass slide where he, just slid to protect himself half a yard away from the end zone. But, yeah. Man, I'm sorry, ESPN. I do not care about the Steelers drafting Drew Aller, from like 30 minutes ago. Like, bro, he's just going to ride the bench for him. At least for a little bit. Yeah, DC could put up another 40. Like, this is like why I had DC at number 1. Oh, we drafted a wide. Dude, why are we getting a wide receiver for the Panthers, dude? Why? Like, dude, how much help do we need to give Bryce Young to make him be a competent quarterback? Like, god damn, bro. If we want to be a good team, we got to build the defense. That's what we have issues on. The offense is fine. Like, I get we hate Xavier Legette, but still, like, come on, man. Like, this is why I had DC at 1. Like, they're just such a good team. And, like, this is another one of those performances. Like, people trying to say, like, all this stuff about DC this, DC that. Like, DC is the best team in the league until proven otherwise, truly. They had a slip-up in Week 1. It was Week 1, and this is potentially, another 20-plus point blowout where they put up over 40. I mean, I'm going to look at the scores right now, but I believe there's only been, let's call this a 40-burger. Let's say they score 40 and they get to 40. That would be one of 3 40-point games this season. All 3 of them by DC, if they put up 40. So far, you have DC putting up 45 against Houston and then putting up 44 against Columbus. The next highest is 36 by Dallas. So already, right now, DC has the 3 highest scoring games of the entire season from anybody. Like, this is the best team in the league right now. Watch them choke this game now that I say that. Okay, return is up to about the 27-yard line. But yeah, that's crazy that DC already has it. I didn't even realize they were that high already. Like, having the literal 3 highest ones already. So, yeah, 108 total rushing yards. Honestly, feels like more, but hey. So you don't have the multiple QB trade. Honestly, he probably does still get traded. It really does feel like that was a Rapoli call, that he, like, forced them to do these trades. They say that they're doing right, but, like, there's doing right. Like, Mike DeLillo, I feel, is a more so doing right, because for DC, it overall makes sense. But for Perez, it felt like Rapoli was like, hey, send him to St. Louis, right? Because they wanted St. Louis to have this great quarterback. And I can say that confidently because of who he got traded for. Like, he should have garnered, like, the wide receiver 2 or 3 or the DE 2 or 3. Like, it's just what it should have been, but hey. Throw over the middle. It is caught by Jade Mickens. Another great Mickens catch down at about the 45-yard line. He had the one bad fumble, but outside of it, again, like usual, Mickens is being incredible. Outside of the fumble, he's looking really good. I see DC losing in the United Bowl. The United Bowl, what a name. That's, like I said, it's better than the UFL championship, but still. 45-yard line, last play of the third quarter. Let's see if they can do something big here. 2 guys in the backfield with DTR. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Ball is snapped. Looks to the right. Throws the deep bomb. It is going to be out of bounds. Or inbounds, but nobody was there. Deion Kane was close, but didn't get to it in time. Should be heading into the fourth quarter now with Birmingham down by 19 points. Let's see. Inactives for the Battlehawks tomorrow. Luke Barco, Frank Darby, Keelan Kennedy, Michael Pratt, Justin Smith, AJ Thomas. I know some of you were hoping for AJ Smith. Okay. And Thayer Thomas. Those are going to be the guys that are not playing tomorrow for the Battlehawks. Drink. Coach Prime. Man, for your sake, I hope the Colorado is good next year. Because if they're bad next year, it might be time to fire the coach. Because at that point, it's like, damn, bro. You really may have been a Shador, Travis Hunter merchant. You know what I mean? Because at some point, you got to, actually do something. Like I said, I still don't think he's as bad as some people say. I think he is still a decent coach, but we'll see what happens next year. Should be able to get some decent talent. They shouldn't be bad next year. Like, they should be at least competent, but we'll see. Ireland. Okay, why are we getting an Ireland ad? Okay. Uh-oh. You're coming out. Well, if you go eat, you're going to be on stream in a second, girl. Let me make sure she doesn't throw up or something. God, she didn't. But yeah, we'll see. I want to look at the stats. We haven't pulled up stats yet. Stats right now, Jordan Ta'amu still having a really good game, almost a perfect passer rating. No receiver. Well, you have a couple receivers doing pretty solid. I want to see how good Jade Mickens is doing. Wow, feels like he has more than that, but still 83 yards and 7 receptions is still a pretty crazy stat line. 21 new posts already. Can you play defense is a great post. What did I just watch on Twitter, bro? I swear, bro. Some of these apps, you have no idea what's going to pop up next. Breaking news tracker. Okay. United Football League. Let's see what happens now for Birmingham. Got to get a touchdown here. I mean, yes, you technically could get a field goal because you're down 3 scores. Doesn't really matter, but you need a touchdown. In shotgun. Oh, there's a flag immediately. False start. 5-yard penalty. Safe to say the last pillar of this Stallion squad has fallen. It ain't looking good for him. I mean, it's fitting if you view pillars as 4, 4 losses, 4 pillars. Kind of feels like that might be the case here. I mean, if you lose here, you fall to 1-4 with how the Aviators and even the Kings, to an extent, really all the teams are playing. Like, you are looking like the weakest team in the league heading into this game. And if you lose this one, like the way you're losing, like, again, you've already allowed the 3rd most points scored this season. So now your defense is looking questionable. Not good. DTR throws it, and it is incomplete. He's looking for flag. He's going to get it. It's going to be probably defensive holding, not DPI. It's going to be defensive holding. So still should be first down, automatic first down and a 10-yard gain. So they'll get the ball at about the 50-yard line. So still is a decent play for them. Wow, they did give him PI. Okay, they gave him PI. So big break for Birmingham there. I thought they were going to just give him defensive holding. But they're giving him DPI. Oh, yeah, the ball was up. Okay, yeah, that's DPI. So good penalty, or good penalty for Birmingham, but we'll see. They'll be guaranteed the worst season they've had in franchise history, which is crazy, but it's true. 4 losses, that's a lot, especially in the regular season. Oh, my God. Ball is snapped. Pass thrown deep to the right. Out of bounds. Man, that's why I said, My season projection, worst season in franchise history. It was just like, it was looking too bad for him, man. They had too many issues. This defense was not, I mean, this offense was not clicking, and now the defense ain't clicking, but the offense is kind of clicking, but not clicking enough. We'll see here. 2nd and 10 for these Stallions. Can they get something here? Little over 14 minutes left in the game. Need to be going a bit quicker. They are not in the position to take time like this. Ball is snapped. DTR looks to the right side of the field, looks to the middle, throws it over the middle. It is caught, but it's only going to be about a 1.5 yard gain. DTR was so far back that even though it looked like a 6 yard pass, it literally was a 1 yard gain. Third and 9 for the Birmingham Stallions. They're not able to punt. They have to go for it on 4th down, and they are not going to be kicking this, so they have to go for it on 4th down. Throw to the left. It is caught. It's about a 5 yard gain, so it's going to be about 4th and 4 for the Stallions, and they have to go for it. They are not going to try kicking it, not with their kicking situation, so we'll see if they can get it. 2 new notifications. What the hell? Dude, I forgot the indoor football has just insane scores, bro. Just for the sake of it. There's a flag again pre-snap. False start again. 5 yard penalty. It's going to be now 4th and 9 for the Birmingham Stallions. Again, if they do, I think it's probably because of the DUI, and they might try to cover it up, but I feel like there's still some promise. Redmond hasn't been terrible enough to be like firing. The only one that really has been looking bad is McCarron. And again, a lot of that is the coordinators you hire. The fact that you brought in Tyler Siskey, yikes. Yeah, we got Pretty on here. Oh, little head rub. 4th and 9. Ball is snapped. They fake the pitch, and they throw the check down. What? I'm not even joking. I really don't know what. Try not to like super curse. What in the hell was that play call? You did like a little fake pitch to then still throw the screen, but if you fake the pitch, the idea is the defenders go to him, but you throw it to him anyway on 4th and 9 in must-score scenario. Unbelievable. That is legitimately, that is a top 5 worst play call this year. What the hell? Hey, at least you got to see Pretty before you left sector, but it's looking like it's probably over for the Stallions. That was bad. I have no words for that play call. Like, I gotta tweet that. No words. That play call. A bottom play call this season in the UFL. Dude, I hate when, like, you accidentally, like, press a colon or something, like a semicolon, and instead of just getting rid of it, they just, like, nah, you gotta move it. Hey, I hope you have a good night, sector, outside of this game, obviously. But I hope you had a good time in here, aside from, obviously, the fact that Stallions didn't, you know, do great and all that, but we'll see. No, don't grab. You wanna go? You hiss at me, you little hoe bag. Come on, Pretty. Why you do that to me? You wanna go? I'll put you on your chair. Got a claw stuck in my shirt. Murder Kitty. Being a little menace there. just a little bit. It is what it is. I meant stream. Hey, it was great to have. Yeah, she can do that. I've got like a couple other cats. They're like literal angels. They do not. They never do anything. They never hiss or scratch. But she's an old. Like she is about, I think like 15 years old now. So she's an elder cat. You know, she's old. She doesn't like, you know, too much stuff going on and all that. The other cats are all of these young little babies that don't have a mean bone in their body and go meow. They got a little cover, a little shield. Ball is snapped. They hand it off. Cuts to the right. Abram Smith gets about 3 yards on the carry right there. You want to go? Okay, she wants to leave the room real quick. There you go, pretty. Second and 7 now for the DC defenders. I have an all black. She just turned 5. Aw. I've only seen a couple of all black cats in my life. I know my sister got one. Also a very sweet little baby. Older baby. She got an older cat, but she's also a sweet one. They rush up the middle. It's a first down for Abram Smith. Oh my God, it's looking bad for the Birmingham Stallions. That's the kind of play that feels like that might be like a dagger right there. That's a bad first round to give up. Or first down to give up. First and 10 now, again for the DC defenders. 11.5 minutes left in the game. Again, this is time where you just eat all this clock. Try to milk this clock the same way like the Aviators did. We'll see. Play calling. I mean, who do you give it to? AJ? Oh my God. Oh my God. Right, it's caught at the 40, up to the 35, the 30. Oh God. The 20. Oh God. The 10. I'm calling him out of bounds about the 5. Oh man, this is bad. Like, the thing is, Mako, with that one, is like, it's like I said in the video. The Storm won that trade. The Storm, this is not a knock DTR. They literally lost nothing. Because DTR is a great QB in terms of talent and all that, but Matt Corral fits the system better. So, arguably, the Storm got, for their system, a better quarterback. And Amani Bledsoe. Like, you lost Perry and Winfrey. You lost Amani Bledsoe. You lost Matt Corral for DTR. He is looking overall good. Yes, he has the 2 interceptions, which, considering happened twice, you can blame on the way he does those quick passes. Hand the ball off to Abram Smith, who cuts inside, and he gets about 2 yards. But at the same time, it's not like he's doing terrible. Like, DTR's look decent, but the defense is falling apart. And again, I'm just saying, you would have liked to have Perry and Winfrey and, you know, Amani Bledsoe. Just saying. But it's looking bad. It's looking like it's over for the Stallions team. Like, coaching, big deal. AJ and Siski, not good. I still think defense is on strike. It might, honestly, yeah. Again, DC, man, like, outside of the 2 games against St. Louis, like I said, the Iron Bowl rule, you know, Steelers-Ravens. Sometimes when you have a big rivalry, you just have to get all, you know, thoughts out of your head. Outside of their rivalry games against St. Louis, DC, as long as they score here, will literally have put up 40 points in every non-St. Louis game. Like, if that doesn't say something about how good DC is as well, I don't know what does. I get it's against teams that are 1-3 and all that. Like, dude, literally half the league is 1-3 right now, so I don't think it's a super big deal. What is this? A Grinch guy? Okay. But we'll see. I mean, DC might literally put up the most points scored this season in this game. And they might be pushing the regular season record too. We'll see. 9.5 minutes left. 3rd and goal. Should just kick a field goal if they don't get this. There's no point to go for a touchdown for no reason. Just kick the field goal, get 3 extra points. Make it even tougher for them. Ball snap. They hand it off. Cuts inside, and it doesn't matter. They get a touchdown anyway. It is 44-19. Yeah, the thing with St. Louis, it's like Steelers-Ravens. It's like Bama-Auburn. It doesn't matter how good or bad one of the teams are. They're always going to be way too close than they should, right? They're just always going to be close. When you eliminate those 2 games, DC now is averaging, like, well over a 20-point per game differential in positive. They're literally putting up over 40 in all these 3 games. Again, no other team has even put up 37. The Renegades 36 is the next highest by a non-DC team. Like, this is crazy. And again, like I said, a shutout is still a shutout no matter what. I'm just saying, you know, 40... Well, no, they're going to call this back. This is not going to be a touchdown. Does not stand. They're going to kick the field goal here. No, is he Coach Shannon? He's challenging the reviewed play again. Oh my god, not this again, bro. Didn't you learn for Chris Redmond? Don't challenge a play that was already reviewed. That's not going to work for you, mate. That's not the best call there. But hey, you know, you do you, mate. But maybe. I mean, it's close. Like, right there, that borderline does look like a touchdown right there. On that specific angle. If you're saying he's down right there, that's a touchdown. Yeah, bottom line was saying, if you score here at all and put up 40 points, that's over 20 point per game, point differential in the positive. That's 40 points being scored in all 3 games that weren't against St. Louis, and nobody else even put up 37. I mean, damn. And when you compare it to the Orlando game, right, if the score ends 41-19, you kick the field goal here, it's 41-19. I would say that's more impressive than a 16-0 win against Birmingham. Like, I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying that winning by 16 in a 16-0 shutout, I don't think that's more impressive than winning, like, you know, 41-19. So, yeah. They're going to go for it here, though. They might not hit 40. Let's see in shotgun. Ball is snapped. They hand it off. They fake the handoff. They throw wide open. Bradley Moore, touchdown. And it is 44-19. DC scores the touchdown. Bradley Moore, again, was questioning if he was even going to play, and he ends up getting it. Touchdown. Scoring a play is crazy. A challenge anyway. Good old Redmond. Look at that. That's a beautiful play. They all thought that he was going to hand it off to Abram Smith, and instead Bradley Moore is wide open in the corner. That's a great one right there. I mean, my God. 44-19. That's insane. DC, man. I thought this was going to be... You know what? I'm going to go post it anyway. I'm going to just post that I'm 1 of 3. I think it's not too early to post this. It's Jover. You know what I mean? Like, it's over for the Stallions. I think I can easily post this. 6.5 points. They are not making this a 6.5 point game. 1 of 3 tonight. And yes, I think I can post this now, lol. Wow, I don't know how I butchered that so bad on spelling, but yeah. So let's just post that. A Todd Haley run up the score moment. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Draft picks. Center. No other quarterback taken so far. Tight end for the Dolphins. The center for the... You just got Tyler Linderbaum. You're drafting a center. I mean, maybe you're going to shift him a position, I would assume. Okay, so I don't know. They better be putting him at tackle. It makes no sense to get a center when you just got Linderbaum. Good broadcaster. There's a lot of decent ones, honestly, for the UFL. They don't really have that many, like, terrible ones. Like I said, I think that I like Joe Test as a singular one, but overall it's pretty solid. And let's look at the scores now for the NBA. The Lakers, oh, that game went to OT, dang. And the Lakers are still winning in OT. What does LeBron have? 29. He could have a 30, 10, and 5 game. That's pretty good. Saying Shane Goon does have the most amount of points overall, though, but... And the NHL, Mammoth up 3-0 already, and it's a tie series. What the hell? You're losing to a team called the Mammoth in the Big 26. That's diabolical. I'm probably going to keep it at like a 7 or a 6.5 out of 10. 2 interceptions in the same vein. Like, at some point, it's like there's something about you that is a tell. Like, when it happens twice like that, I can't just blame, like, I can't just throw the classic blame Siski. You know, it's like that one, you know, meme with a Toy Story meme. Like, I know Ghetto Gronk did it, like, Kevin Patullo did it again whenever Jalen Hurts threw an interception. Like, I can't do that to Siski when it's twice like that. He still did have a couple of sacks that he took that were bad, but he did run down and get the tackle right on one of his interceptions. That is a great play by him. And he didn't get called for a foul, like for a horse call or anything else. I'm still going to blame Siski. So, I got to give him credit for that. So, big W for that. And I think he has looked overall solid when he was running. I think part of the issue is that he stopped overall running. I know they may have been putting QB spies and stuff, but yeah. Look at Drew. I know that guy. They just showed him on the camera. Let's see. Can Birmingham do anything? 8 minutes left. It is 45-19. Oh, my goodness. We might see Jason Bean play after all, guys. We might see him play after all tonight. Oh, my God. I just realized that. See, now for this, I'm fine DTR staying in. DTR should stay in and get him some time. I'm actually okay with this. Normally, I would be upset with them keeping him in, acting like they still have a chance, but I'm okay with this. Throw over the middle is caught, and it's down at about the 35-yard line. I do not know off the top of my head. I think Adam might know, but I think it's around like 47. I do not know for sure, though. Yeah, but hey, you know, hey, St. Brown, never underestimate garbage time. You never know. Again, we all watched a guy by the name of Dakota Rain Prescott get MVP votes because he was the king of garbage time stats. So never say never. Not that they're going to win, but it's going to be a close game. Throw to the right to Jordan. Oh, no, to a different tight end. It's down about the 40-yard line. That's true. I honestly don't know. Oh, dang. Yeah, it might honestly be like postseason. It might be DC in the chip, but I don't know regular season. Flea saying Mike Rapoli forced that trade. Ain't no way they legitimately traded him for a backup tackle. Like, you telling me you couldn't get Blake Jackson in the trade? Like, really? Like, I get not getting Pita or Feeney, even though you arguably should have. But not getting, like, Blake Jackson, Ja'Cour Pearson, you got a rotational tackle. Meanwhile, DTR got Matt Corral and Bledsoe. Stop it. That's crazy. It's caught going out of bounds at about the 49-yard line by Jaden Mickens. Padding his stats a little bit more. Matt McCrane giving him a nice little hug on the sideline. That's great. He's well behind us now. Yeah, it's crazy. But hey, we got the Rick Neuheisel, Austin Reed era now. It's an era. DTR has been overall solid, but not flawless. He has a couple of interceptions that were both like the same type. There might be some sort of tell that DC just has on him when he's throwing checkdowns. They can easily get it. First down, Deon Kane. But yeah. Yeah, I think Bean's probably going to come in. I mean, there's only 6 minutes left. Like, Behan is not trying to win. And I'm going to say that. They are going way too slow for them trying to win. This is taking way too long, but yeah. First regular season shot, most points scored against in the regular season. Oh my God, that'd be hilarious. That would actually be hysterical. Because let me see, what does DC put up this week? Dude, they've already put up 45 once. I think that's the most. Yeah, so DC put up 45, so... I mean, damn, it might happen. Like, I mean, hey. Yeah, McCarron needs to go line up at wide receiver. But yeah, he needs to go play some QB. He's not looking good for him. And he's gonna drop again. I mean, it ain't looking good. Hey, but you know what? At least their season ticket numbers are good, so it's gonna help boost that number for sure. But yeah. Yeah, they end up losing some yards based on the penalty right there. Ball is snapped. Detour throws it while falling down. Great throw in the end to Deon Kane and gets the first down. Or was that Jordan Thomas? Can't say, but that was a great throw right there. He honestly threw it while falling back. That was almost a perfect throw considering everything. Yeah, it was Jordan Thomas. That was a great throw by him. 6 minutes left. Again, this is just Birmingham has conceded. They might go for 4th and 12, but they've conceded this game. At least that's what it's looking like. The way that they're playing is like we concede. But they're doing the smart thing, which is they're just trying to play normal offense, see what DTR can do. I like this. This is fine to have DTR in, but if you're the DC defenders, they better be putting Jason Bean in next drive. Or Spencer Sanders. That's who I would love to see. Oh, DTR throws a missile to the left, and it is intercepted. Maybe? No. Incomplete. Almost intercepted. Almost a catch. Incomplete. They might be calling this catch, actually. Hold up. Wait a minute. Something right here. Classic meme. Looks like they're probably going to call it incomplete still. They're talking. Yep, incomplete. Their own Patriots post Brady Air, AJ McCarron, Gerard Mayo. So what you're saying is, next year, Mike Nolan's going to come out of nowhere, and he's going to become their head coach. Is that what you're telling me? Oh my God, could you imagine, bro? Nah, he's going to the Panthers, hopefully. Hopefully they get brought back and he gets back. Bro, imagine a world where he's the head coach, got Breland Speaks, Frank Inez, the defensive coaching staff. Oh my God. They're showing that play. That was almost a beautiful play, but 2nd and 10. 5 minutes left in the game. Ball is snapped. DTR rolls out to his middle of the pocket and throws deep, and it's... Wow, that's an overthrow right there. Incomplete 3rd and 10. It was like the Panthers never left. Oh my God. Dare I say, if they go for 4th and 10 and if they don't get this 3rd down, they don't get the 4th down, should DC just try to put up 50? Like, could you imagine, bro? Oh my God, it'd be great. Yeah, dude, this DC team, like, I'm so glad I didn't punish him that hard for losing week 1, bro. I never had this team lower than 3. I'm so glad I did that. Ball is snap. Throws it over the middle. Are they calling that incomplete? It's a borderline catch. Did Jordan Thomas really drop that? Ooh, he dropped that. So it's 4th and 10 now. Low-key kick it. I'm just joking. Anders Course is going to miss this kick if they try it. They're going to go for it. 4th and 10. You got to go for these 4th and 10s. I like this decision to go for it here. We're in the Silver Age, bro. The Silver Age might be too generous, bro. We in the Copper Age of the Stallions right now. It's that down bad. Bro, you are literally, like, I don't even know what could... Like, the Gamblers would literally have to be shut out, like, 40-0. Like, you are staying at 8 in my power rankings, barring a collapse of epic proportions by Louisville or Houston. Ball is snapped. DTR throws it to the left. It is caught for the 1st down. Down at about the 28-yard line by Jaden Mickens. Bro is putting up a generational performance in terms of pure yards and receptions outside of the fumble. You can, like I said, I think Steins have already conceded the game is over. Like, at this point, you are literally down 26. You would have to score 3 touchdowns is 18, and then you have to get another 8 points. Like, it's... You can't realistically say you're going to do that. They catch it, and it's going to be caught down to the 12-yard line. And even then, are we really saying Anders Carlson is making a 60-yarder? Like, I'm just saying. Not to be disrespectful, but is Anders Carlson really making it? I don't think so. Lakers are up by 3 with 20 seconds left. Come on, Lakers, get the W. Man, with the guy scored another goal. God dang. Herditer's playing good. He was playing good. And then he threw another interception. And then it's just been downhill since. Yeah, Jaden Mickens had a bad fumble where the ball got punched out of him. Then DTR threw an interception. It was just like back-to-back turnovers that just really hurt them. And again, by the way, let's just all not forget this. Let's not all forget this. DC missed 2 field goals. This literally could be 51-19 right now. That's the craziest part. DC missed 2 field goals. And they're still up by 26. Oh my God. I almost forgot about that. Yeah, Birmingham is playing the we do not want to let DC score one more time game. That's what they're doing. They do not care about anything else. They're just trying not to let DC score again. Ball is snapped. DTR looks over the middle of the field, throws it. It is... Bro, that's a bad drop right there. That was in his hands and he just dropped it. 3rd and 10 now. Barber with the whiff drop right there. 2 minutes, 19 seconds left. I can make the comeback if this was a UFL video game. Oh, that's a bit... The biggest margin of victory, I'm assuming that's what you mean, Let me see, because it's literally what Houston and DC did, but this is not that close. No. So DC also scored 45 in that game. The difference is they held Houston to 7. So this isn't even really that close to that record. The record they're close to is the scoring record in the regular season. DTR runs, and he gets the touchdown. So garbage time, baby! We love garbage time touchdowns. It is 45-25. Honestly, Corral, I don't think was that great. I think part of the issue is that, like, the thing with DTR doesn't need a great ground game to play well. Corral, I think, does need it. So I think that, honestly, like, here's the thing. If it was 1-for-1 straight up, I still think it would have been more beneficial to Orlando because of overall where the teams are, but it would have been a decent trade for the Stallions. In fact, you also got rid of Bledsoe. Like, you should not have given up Bledsoe in that trade. Because DTR is a upgrade over what you had. It's just at this point, it's like, it doesn't really matter. Like, you're kind of cooked anyway, as we're seeing today. But, yeah. Yeah, DC Houston literally 2 weeks ago. So, if you're Birmingham, you're down 20 right now. It's looking Jover. Hey, never say never. You know, maybe you could score a couple more touchdowns like that. So, you got to go for 2 or 3 here. So, it's whichever one you want to go to. But you got to go for one of them at least. But, yeah. Hey, this is true. This was his first game. I probably do expect it. It depends how the rest of the season goes, honestly, St. Brown, because if he plays really well, because remember, this is his first game on the team, and this is a good thing. And the fact that it's his first game and he's not, like, ass, the fact that he's actually playing, like, the most pessimistic Stallions fan would say he played mediocre football, like 5 out of 10. Even that, for his first game within a week of being traded, is honestly impressive. So, as long as he looks a bit better, he might be, signing an NFL team, but we'll see. I don't know what they just did with the balls, but they just gave the kid a different ball or something like that. I think they may have just taken DTR's ball because it was a touchdown ball. Yeah, I think that's what he just did. I think that was a DTR touchdown ball and he took it. Okay. See, I think we got to see another team, come back to it. I do agree, Marvin. It would be a cool thing. I honestly like the idea of the winner hosting a rematch as week 1. I think that's a cool idea. As the literal week 1 is a rematch of the title game. I think that'd be really cool. New phase of QB. I don't know how much sure it will be next year. We'll see. Because hopefully he's seeing that a lot of people hate this blackballing that's happening to some of the veteran players that's going on. Especially like some of the ones that really should be on teams. Like, again, Ricky Person really should be with how bad the running backs have been this year overall. DTR is pressured. He's going to try doing some moves. He's going to throw it in the end zone. It is tipped. It is caught by Jordan Thomas. There's a flag. It's caught by Jordan Thomas. Again, the grown man, the guy that's right. You can see the corner. He's on this. He's there. The try is good. The penalty's on defense. Jordan Thomas, incredible play right there. Grown man catch right there, bro. And it is now only a 17-point game with 1:50. Never say never. It's over, but, like, it's not over. DTR did a bunch of, like, little moves in the backfield, and then he ended up hitting a nice, not even a nice throw, he just hit a throw, and then it just tip, and ended up being caught by the man, the myth, the legend, the red zone threat himself, Jordan Thomas. Lakers are going to win. Let's go. They're going to be 3-0 up over the Rockets. Oh, that's cinema, bro. We love seeing the Rockets suffer. We love seeing this, bro. The KD files. Oh no! Oh no! These attendances dropped to 8,000. Oh my god. Autocorrect. Why you hate on curse words? Oh my god, that's terrible. Been the second worst number last year for them. Oh my god. That's crazy. Fucking 10K decrease is insane. Oh my god. Yeah, that was a great play for sure. Dude, if DTR gets his comeback, don't even say that, bro. If DTR gets his comeback, bro is literally winning MVP tonight. They're gonna literally just hand him the trophy. And this is the season ultimate punishment, bro. AJ McCarron, Tyler Siski. Yeah, I need to go for the 4th and 12 back-to-back. Hey, never say never. Let's see, what is in the general chat for oh, I forgot this is the wrong chat. I need to go down here. UFL general. Oop, I ended up misclicking something, chat. That's not good. I don't know what I misclicked, but hopefully it wasn't something I shouldn't have misclicked. That's all I'll say to that. Let's see. 4th and 12 for the Birmingham Stallions. Can they get this? They just got to get this. A touchdown, another 2-point conversion, another 4th and 12, another touchdown. That's all they got to do. Throw, it is... Oh my god, he actually could have gotten that. That was a bit of an underthrow, though. If that was thrown a bit higher, Ross could have gotten that one. He also could have tried a bit more, but it is incomplete. That is essentially game over. Still have 3 timeouts. We'll see what they do. Again, DC could score a field goal. They could get a touchdown. 50-bomber. Let's see. Come on. Bring me Jason Bean or Spencer Sanders. I'm manifesting it, bro. I'm manifesting it. I forgot who made that joke or who made that meme. I'm manifesting it. Come on. Bring out Jason Bean or Spencer Sanders. Coach Harris. Coach Harris, I'm going to ask you this week if I go, and I'm going to say, why the fuck is Jordan Ta'amu still in this goddamn game? Are you trying to get him hurt? I'm joking, but not joking. 1st and 10. 1 minute and 50 seconds left. They're at the 28-yard line. Come on. Get a touchdown. Get a touchdown. I want to see the 50-banger. They hand it off to Deion Jackson, who only gets a yard. No, I need a 1st down. I need consistent 1st down so that timeouts are not being utilized at their fullest potential. So I can get a touchdown. 60-yard field goal, bomb at the way. Oh my god, could you imagine? Dude, they're not even kneeling. That's crazy. They're not even kneeling in Birmingham, just like... They're not even calling a timeout, bro. AJ, like... God, I get you're not showing fight, but come on. Bring out the kneel. They're not calling timeouts, just kneel the ball. Oh my god, that'd be funny if he did that. Ball is snapped. They hand it off. Come on, Deion. No, Deion, why'd you get tackled? Oh, Deion. One more play. Is he safe? Hey. Yeah, it is not looking good for the Birmingham Stallions. The Stallions getting crushed. That's bad. Oh, my bad. I forgot. It technically was 7 points more because of that one. Oh, man. That's rough. That is a... That's a rough game for the Stallions. Yeah, look at that. There's the stat. 40... You could move that down to 37 and it's still 3-0. AJ. Yikes. Tyler Siski. Bigger yikes. Coach Harris. He beat the door. He disproved the doorman allegations again. Man, AJ, that's rough. That's rough. That is a bad loss for the Stallions. Yeah, I'm really glad I put him at 8 in my power rankings. I know I didn't see a lot of people do that. Most people put Houston there. I'm very glad I put Birmingham there because, my God, they look bad. Like, the worst part is DTR looked like an upgrade for the team over Matt Corral purely because of the fact that they were able to do something on the ground because of him, and still. So, yeah, again, tomorrow, 6:45. Yeah, 6:45. Game's at 7, so 6:45 I'll be streaming the Battlehawks vs. Storm game. Like I said, just putting it out there. If the Canes game goes into, like, double OT, I will be late to the stream. But we'll see. Who's McCarron trading away this week? Himself. I'm joking, but we'll see. But I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. Bad loss to the Stallions. and their fans. Yikes. Literal 10K drop-off in attendance is diabolical work. That is... Whoa. But, hey, it is what it is. Again, we'll see. Adam, again, thank you for joining the member squad. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. If you did and you haven't already, like the stream, subscribe to the channel as well. DTR is... I didn't see that. I didn't see him crying on the sideline, but we'll see. Yeah, that is crazy. In fact, they already broke that record for most losses in a single season, but... Hey, they're going to break it some more. Dude, like I said, I said it in that video, in the power rankings. There is a, so overall stats, here's some overall stats right here. Total yards is actually almost identical, so is time possession, but yards per play is 1 yard better for the defenders. And overall rushing yards is better. Turnovers there, 3 turnovers is what killed them. And then overall box score, when you look at it, Teamu, overall really solid game. They didn't have, like, anything insane. In the end, you know, yes, he had the fumble, but are we really... Okay, there we go. In DTR, outside of these 2 interceptions, had a great game, but when you look at it, it's really this. This is a really solid game outside of the fumble. But, yeah. Like I said, we'll be streaming tomorrow. If you haven't already, like the stream, subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, and as always, have a great night.